Good evening, Commander Priest. This is Helen with Mission Control. All systems are go for tonight's mission. If everything goes according to plan, you'll be back at the space station within 8 hours. Please be safe out there, Commander.
During the space flight, late night, Tom laughed in the Podcraft as we engage heights. All systems are go. Bird head to PlayStation. Eye on you, come in, squawk and crow. The burrow owls are looking good. Look out for further commands, wingspan. The birds are now in dreamland. How's it out there, Captain? Tell me. Airy, kinda tired, I could use a coffee from the deli. That's a long way, RSJ. There's no asteroids, Commander. Clear, I'll reach back in 7 hours. Now I'm about to get some winter beer. Goodbye, ducks, his eyes shut all his gears, put himself in auto steer through the spheres.
Godspeed, Commander.
Turbulence, rumbling, all systems go. Get up quick, crew grab control. Hold, levels up, the ship turns sideways. Gaze the nebula, it's beautiful. Alarms ringing, horn shouting, sprinklers go off. The god is rerouting, the crew shouting, trying to keep balance. A great explosions to silence.
Mission Control to Priest. This is NASA. Can you hear me? Come in, Priest. We're losing your
I
signal.
can't tell if it's still or moving. Space woman of the crew screams. Our voice cups as we split up. I'm being pulled by this blue beam. Consciousness losing, but I got my camera on me. Suddenly I get a feeling so soothing. At the same time remembering to put my camera on 4D. It's foggy. In the planes I see something I couldn't explain. It's strange, it looks like an object from World War III. I put my camera to my face and try to adjust the lens. Just then I was ushered in by this warm gust of wind. Eerie light storms, alien life forms touched my skin. I felt quite calm, a part of me trusted them. I stopped struggling, they showed me a life without suffering. Worlds without wars, no threats, no clashing of swords. They gave me a pill with this liquid that began to heal chronic illness and sickness. Seven seal, the will within the will quickened. We went up and over, felt the rush, higher, lower. They started speaking, I understood in English. There stood this tiny alien next to an 8-footed phoenix, next to an 8 with goat horns. They spoke on photons and protons, and how ancient life prolonged, how life existed with the Dogon. Showed me the difference between the blizzard and the snowstorm. Molten glass so strong, and molten iron pouring through Orion, raining on the planets. On my knees praying, start saying all commandments. They said start standing, we have the cure for all disease, hatred and famine. Let us all take a seat, we're preparing for landing. Repairing what's damaged, body tissue, mental issues, depression, infections, affection, corrections, new directions, no addiction, prescriptions, more wisdom, in the vision. Save the children. We landed on the planet, looked abandoned, but beautiful, lots of canyons, trees with fruit for food, and good to eat. The day was cool. Another ship landed. They bring one of my crew, space woman out. It feels like deja vu on this planet that's new, and even from the Milky Way too. The alien said, "You are us, and we are you. We came from the dust, small as particles." My space woman running closer and closer. They said, "Let us give you one more jewel." They said man is intelligence, and this particular ship is made from one of your elements. We are known as the Yahwehs, the Ancient of Days, and this ship is made from clay. We have an experiment, we want y'all to stay. We felt it's not good for you to be alone, so we brought your space woman, flesh of your flesh, bone of your bone. There's also other beings here, from distant planets. They built kingdoms here, so you're not left stranded. Follow not their ways, the Yahweh's commanded. Cause you know what happened before, it'll do damage. Now, just give names to everything. As they stood before me, they transform into balls of flames. Walter, be fruitful and multiply. As they got back in their ships, flew into the sky. At the same time, the space woman arrived. She asked Captain, what happened? I shipped the explosion, that moment. Contact with no one. Back then, she said I was led up this golden path by this soft light. Then on a ship with a staff, winged beautiful beings. Said they was from the Nile Valley of kings and queens. The things around me got cloudy, their voices distorted. Something Elohim. It felt godly at the start. Then they named themselves after body parts. They said the galaxies was like the arteries. He was the heart. They said they were responsible for man's greatest art, and the pyramids, and the ship I was in they called man's rib. Then I passed out and we landed.
Commander, wake up. Someone is approaching the ship.
Wow, did you see that? We both turned back. It was a man with the mask of a cat. We both shocked. Do you speak English? I find it convenient. Most of us do, being from Venus. Let me ask you, did you meet the ape and the phoenix and the little genius? Did they sell you game and a meaning? Welcome to my place, it's called Eden. Y'all should feel safe. I'll be back to talk this evening. They'll be back probably beginning of the weekend. Y'all should know that. They visit frequent. I'm just an old cat, headed to my kingdom. 7,000 years passed since we saw the beings last. This not Earth, time moves fast. Planted trees, fertilize the grass. Cool of the day, check the windcast. Then in the air, something moved like it's clay spinning fast. The Yahwehs came. They called my name, then explained that we must not exchange knowledge with the other people. We are not the same. They were already here. Y'all came from the spheres with new ideas. They made themselves clear.
Carefully chosen priest, do not disappoint.
I told them about the man that we met. Wore a hat like a cat. They asked, come again, what was that? We said that was years ago. Where at? Near that tree where the 5 rivers flow. They stepped back as the doors open on a UFO. Any contact with this cat, you should let us know. We'll be back in 100 years to see how things go. In fact, to remember we were here will leave a rainbow. Alert as we ever been. I wrote my name in the dirt. Space woman did the same, she wrote Evelyn. I said Evelyn, I call you Ev. Then named myself one of the elements, then went to bed. Woke up in the morning and saw snakeskin shed. The cat came back, take off the cat mask. At last he will reveal himself, gorilla help. A shiny ass, brick fruit in his hand. Ninja boots he stands, within the group to advance. I see you met the cat. The serpent said, we are all the beings in the zodiac. You are visitors, I have trivias. Taurus and the goat, Egyptian gods from far. For instance, from a distance, Horus scopes, Abraxas rooster crow. This wall fragment uses codes, those thoughts. On course, north, east, west, south. Past and present event reports. Acronym for newspaper, figured out. Another story for the winged people. Saga, the Naga, Nada, Kabbalah. Or the itsy bitsy spider up the water spout. The mothership returned with a couple concerns. They landed about dusk to discuss what we learned. It was 3 of them and 3 of us. The snake said, I'm glad we meeting up. They face red as the evening shut. The snake asked, had you told them how the knowledge was lost? They said no. Well, I'm here for support. They wouldn't know good and evil unless it was taught. It's a diet. Try it. Here's a spoon for resource. Now stir it in courage with the tuning fork. The spoon and the fork, that's food for thought. She said that was good and gave some to me. I listened to this knowledge too, how bad could it be? This food for thought, now we both can see. I'm 6 foot, she's 5'3", we tall as trees. The alien said Pa. Pa replied to Messa. Messa said they're like one of us gods. Then Tanya said they must leave our yard. The knowledge that you feed off, you now starve. At odds, we all learned their names. Winds blew, thunder, did it rain? They commanded, all 3 of us be banished. The snake and me and my companion. Raining blood in the place was the name as the same as the God that was blaming us. Messa and Pa and Tanya, in the gods we trust. Plus, this yard was named after us, Mesopotamia. Other gods named Ka, Ra, and Af came in their place after they left. We said their names, but replaced it. Af, Ra, Ka, ascending master. Neutrons, quarks, but atom was the mineral I named myself after. Allegory, subliminals is the original chapter. The scattered, it's the writer's with in the land of kings between the Euphrates, too wavy, and the Tigris, the Woos KP.
Is one of them is about Black Jesus, where the Son of Being appearing in Africa?
Yep, Black Jesus story was probably one of the most shocking things I ever heard. It came from my insider, Jacob, I call him that in the book. There's some very serious extraterrestrial threats to Earth, and that...
Born in 1918 in Angola, Simeon Toko, the man Jehovah. From the cosmos, straight to the Congo, like the one with 3 holes and walked with 12 apostles. Hole in his rib, never felt the gospel. The refugees were Portuguese. In 1970 came Walter Reed's Destiny, Heavenly. Our pedigrees, longevity, celebrity. Jeridians and Nomos, Simeon Toko, Bicentennial, reptilian logo. Who thought of a Christ would eat chicken with his jaw off rice? That's Nigerian, but he was Angolian. A holy man, say peace to Priest Simeon, the Golden Land.
So the story goes that in the 1960s there was a black man in Africa.
Ezekiel saw it, chapter 1 down. Isaiah seen it, chapter 6. John seen it, Revelations 4. I seen it, 1999. Far away, up in the sky, bright, what a sight. I thought it was Venus, the stars lit above the goddess. The Egyptian winged disc, rulers, don't forget Sumer, kingless, priests enthronement, Greeks and Romans, Apocalypse, Romulus and Remus, gods, devils, angels, demons, large vessels, bring those legions by the boatload. Abyssinians, who was Simeon Toko,
and he was performing miracles. He was starting to get people to listen to what he had to say, and the cabal tried to kill him, and they could shoot him in the head and his skull would just regenerate, his flesh would grow back, and he was fine. And so the crazy story that I heard, which and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this that I would be killed, and I ended up putting it in the book anyway. The story was that this guy, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices and was fully fine, fully intact. But the sad part is that he said, you guys so badly do not want me to be here that I am not going to be able to do any more. You're going to get what you want, but bear in mind that in the future, many others like me will be coming, and when they do, you will not be able to stop us.
Wow. Well,
that is all I know. Unfortunately, there's nothing more to the story than that.
Incredible.
It is an incredible story.
Incredible.
It is genuinely recounted by witnesses that Simeon Toko appeared before people in an apparitional body.
This is Jody with your weekly video on the esoteric news, where ancient knowledge meets current events. So, what happens when a child is told that they are possessed and the adults around them believe it? That question has suddenly entered the spotlight after model and actress Kaia Gerber, who's the daughter of supermodel Cindy Crawford, revealed a startling story about her childhood. So, during the August 2026 appearance of her on the Mitch Chury chat show, Gerber said that she had been told as a child she was possessed, and that she actually underwent an exorcism. She then joked that she has always felt as though she attracts beings from other dimensions in a very casual way. But perhaps the strangest detail was how she says the exorcism was performed. She recalled that a didgeridoo was played over her body during the ritual. She then emphasized that this wasn't simply a story that she invented for entertainment. She said that this experience actually happened. And now it is important to make a distinction here. Gerber is describing her personal recollection and what she has been told about her childhood. That doesn't necessarily establish that she was literally possessed by a supernatural entity. And that brings us to the fascinating and controversial question. What exactly is an exorcism? And how do people come to believe someone is possessed? In religious traditions, possessions are generally understood as a situation in which non-human spiritual entities, usually described as a demon or spirit, are believed to have gained control or influence over a person's body or behavior. Different cultures have interpreted these possessions in dramatic and different ways. People have historically associated unusual behavior, changes in personality, unexplained voices, seizures, altered states of consciousness, extreme emotional reactions, or even apparent changes in physical abilities with supernatural forces. But there is another side to this story. Modern medicine recognizes that certain neurological, psychiatric, psychological, and sleep-related conditions can sometimes produce experiences that may be interpreted as supernatural. That's why responsible religious authorities themselves emphasize caution. The Catholic Church, for example, specifically distinguishes exorcism from medical treatment. The Vatican says that before a major exorcism is performed, it is important to determine whether the person is actually experiencing a medical or psychological condition rather than assuming demonic possession. So, how is a traditional exorcism usually performed? Well, there isn't one universal procedure. It varies enormously depending on the religion as well as the culture. In Roman Catholic tradition, a major exorcism is a formal religious rite, and it involves prayers and commands directed towards the evil spirit. According to Catholic rules, it can only be performed by a priest who has received specific authorization from the local bishop. The ritual can involve scripture, prayers, religious symbols, blessings, holy water, and invocations of God's authority. Whereas other traditions may use chanting, sacred music, incense, prayers, ritual cleansings, protective symbols, or other ceremonial practices. And that brings us back to Kaia Gerber. When Gerber later worked on American Horror Story, double feature in 2021, she said that her mother, Cindy Crawford, gave her holy water to take onto the set because she was worried that the supernatural subject matter could somehow cause her daughter to become possessed again. Now, whether Crawford was being completely serious or being protective or simply responding to her daughter's unusual childhood story, the anecdote illustrates something much bigger. That belief itself can profoundly influence how people interpret frightening or unexplained experiences. For someone who believes strongly in spirits and possession, an unexplained event may be interpreted as supernatural. Someone, on the other hand, approaching the same experience through psychology or neuroscience may interpret it completely different. And then there's the fascinating middle ground, the possibility that cultural beliefs, expectations, trauma, suggestion, altered states of consciousness, and spiritual interpretations can all influence how an experience is understood. There is currently no scientific evidence establishing that human beings can literally be possessed by demons or beings from other dimensions. But belief in possession is very real, and it has existed across human history. From ancient religious traditions to modern paranormal culture, people have searched for explanations for experiences that seem to defy ordinary understanding. Kaia Gerber's story doesn't prove that possession exists, but it does raise an intriguing question. What happens when a child grows up being told that something supernatural is inside of them? Does the belief disappear? Does it become part of their identity? Or does the experience remain with them for the rest of their lives? Well, in Gerber's case, she says that she's now all healed. And perhaps that's the most interesting part of the story. Not whether the entity was real, but how powerful the human belief in the unseen can become. Because sometimes the mystery isn't simply whether something supernatural happened. The mystery is what happens inside the human mind when we believe it did.
Anthem on the track.
Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
They don't know fact from fiction. They don't know the blacks is missing. They don't know they trapped in prison. They don't know the path to prison was a math decision. They don't know the wrath is quickened. They don't know the ass they kissing on the path of mission to put their ass in prison. They don't know black religion, fact and fiction. They don't know mama didn't leave them niggas half the kitchen with half a chicken. Fact or fiction. We still hot, we still noble. Red and blue pill global. No matter the language, we still moguls. We lost Gil Scott, then we lost Gil Noble. Exercise the right to live like it is. The revolution will not be televised, it's being digitized. On the come up, it's like watching the midget rise. Sleeping giants grow another 20 feet tall with each alliance. I can teach the science, I tear an instrumental down before I lay my pencil down. I'm going down to Tinseltown to burn the temples down and cap it off like dental crowns. And my rights still reserved fear of a black Illuminati. I might just build with the Bilderberg to come and kill you nerds. I'm shining like a Grammy host on the shores of Miami coast. My Moringa plug looking like Sammy Sosa. The old one when he was well done like Granny's roast. The ancestors sponsor this. I don't know them niggas, all they do is talk that conscious shit. We living it, we in the streets like House of Consciousness. KTL in the ATL, MIA, NYC. Multi-dimension like MIB. We are not the same, I am a sovereign. We are not the same, I am a problem. I was made for this, I was made for this. I was made for this, I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for this, I was made for this. I was made for this, I was made for this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
Peace and blessings to the family. Woo Wednesday, Royal Priesthood Wednesdays. Your brother Knowledge One out here in the building. And there's so many through lines in this introduction, so I'm going to strive my best to keep it brief. Do the Knowledge Radio was birthed out of what I heard every Tuesday and Friday. Every Tuesday and Friday on Blog Talk. You understand what I'm saying? And on the precipice of going live, on the precipice of the world seeing what the globe got a chance to benefit from. Our brothers and sisters converged on a point, the ledge, before we went over the edge. So KTL Media, a global conglomerate that brought us news we could use and misuse, because some folks got the game and ran off with the cloth and forgot to pay homage. So we here to make it real. And this artistic space, the family who fashioned the wardrobe for consciousness around the globe, the artists, the authors, the pen, and the pimps. You understand? So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some and present to others the Age of V.L.T.R.N here. You know, we just, shout out to Jody Southworth, we just talked about exorcism. Now we're going to get some possessed by some lyricism. You understand what I'm saying? So let me bring in the one, the only, who started with me on Do the Knowledge Radio episode 1. The Jed Red Pillar is in the building. Let me get that.
Peace to the God.
Peace. How you be, God?
Peace to the God.
You hear I'm in Medina, right? You hear the sirens in the background?
Yeah. I need that sound. It's too quiet where I'm at. I'm in the woods, my G. But you know that's music to my ears. Hearing that fire engine. You are kind of low though. You might want to turn the mic up because it could get drowned out.
All right, what about now?
It's a little better. It's a little better.
Let me fix it, get it together. But we here with you, so you can give us the Black and More Messiah joint in the building. So you know, this it's so many things today. Just even in general, with you coming on. With the month that we in, we in the Jason months. It's Black August. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of things are happening right now. So how are you feeling with the current trajectory and being in a position to reinsert us into the matrix righteously from an artistic perspective?
Well, the song that you just played, Made for This, right? That song goes all the way back to 2016. You feel me? And that was basically the year the consciousness, or what people have called the conscious community, that was the apex of the conscious community, right? 10 years ago, it was at its highest vibrational frequency, informational wise. It's not to say that it's been on a downward spiral ever since, but it never surpassed that level that it was 10 years ago in 2016. I would say that the death of Dr. Sebi started the quote unquote the downward spiral. Not to say that his death affected the entire conscious community, but it is a marker in time where I remember things started to change. And then the Africa Bambaataa thing happened, the fallout with Sinetta TV, with Pharaoh and SETI. That was like a big quote unquote wedge and whatnot. It forced people to take sides. And then everything started to crumble after that, right? When we put that album out, me and Cambatta and Blue Pill, we worked on Scorpion King, which is 10 years on November 14th on our birthday. Right. When we put that project out, we didn't know what that, we was like in the moment. We were just making art. Like we were literally we were in the element. I just met Cambatta. Off of A.A. Rashid recommendation, so he gets the credit, right? A.A. Rashid put the bug in my ear, so whenever he tells me about an artist, it automatically is like an automatic stamp because I know how much of a connoisseur he is. Wow. And music was always our thing, but we never really led with it. You know what I mean? We never really put it out there. We didn't know how to incorporate it into what we were doing because unbeknownst to people that's listening, when we were first starting out, the community was more elder based. It wasn't hip hop back in those days. So if I came out with an album in 2009 in 2010, even though Black Dot, I believe, did something and we were playing with it, but we were underground in our own movement. Right. You know what I mean? Because you know what I feel? We was like underground. So as the community became younger and the swag and the energy became more hip hop, then we needed a soundtrack, and we brought that with Scorpion King. A.A. Rashid brought that with Batman Mafia though before that. Let's just be clear. He goes down as one of the progenitors of what we will call this new sound. So fast forward to where we are right now, we need a soundtrack. 2026 is gonna go down in history. This year is fucking crazy. You feel me? Right. This year is, bananas and whatnot. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of quote unquote, it's just a lot going on in this year. There's so many things that we could talk about, you know what I mean? But it definitely needs a soundtrack. So what we were able to craft, and this project has been over years in the making. We didn't just jump in the booth and make this. This may be 3 years in the making, right? Because of course, everybody has their own missions and whatnot in life, and we're doing different things and whatnot. Cambatta became a first-time father, so he took a hiatus and whatnot. He got the babies and whatnot. He got 2 babies. Shout out to the God. Welcome to fatherhood. Me and Blue, we was running around doing the red and the blue thing, but once again, 2026 was the year to coalesce a lot of things. Shout out to everybody completing their projects in this calendar year. And everything magically came together. The energy in New York was so high this summer with the spirit of celebration, with the spirit of victory. Shot Nixon 5 and all of that. It was a summer to remember. So what your boy did. I went and captured that lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm talking about? Cam was out there. He was, Cam in the city. I popped in, Blue popped in, and we finally wrapped this project. We put our energy into it. We put, the pen, we stepped our pen game up, and we put a classic together. And I'm so proud of this project. It's a gift to my childhood.
Right. So let me add something real quick. Since y'all gave us another space of courage. You understand what I'm saying? curation, elevation. So let's take this trip to Wakanda because I see a Law 44 is in the building. I just want to bring them in right.
For my little niggas in the streets, I had to spit it to 'em. That ain't beef, that's a nigga in his living room. You expecting a war, but catch him on tour. Sing in a different tune. If I fuck around and give it to him, you in and up, in them tunes, I'm in them up, in them tunes. Crip keeper, big reaper, coming out of each speaker. Cocktails, composed of oxtails, different shrooms, cheap reapers. Sending smoke signals like Indians, like me and Sentians. Let's be abundantly clear, we stuntin' this year. Eclipsing these pussies till sun disappear. Let me sum up this here. Put commandment in one quote, swallow pride, leaves you with lump throats or dumb quotes, or gets you booked like Bannon with the cutthroat. All this ice bringing me heat. You can look but don't reach or come close, or get cooked with these cannons. In these streets, yo, my gun go rat-a-tat-tat like a drum show. Acrobat fast, yo, don't run slow. Blast to the backs when the pump go. Run, Ricky, run, cause all hell is about to unfold.
Solid as a rock like Ashford and Simpson. Talk about the real one, you the last one that's mentioned. We was in the field with the last of the henchmen. You was in the house and your ass was with Benson. Abu Dhabi, I was raised on Bobby. We in the last days, they betrayed Mugabe. The wave is godly, I'm focusing. We's never was supposed to win. Took $1 billion out the stores like the Olsen twins. 93 Palladium, 92 Stadium. The legend, red pill, yeah, bottles of Excedrin. Nosebleeds like 11, rosaries like the Reverend. Overseas with my brethren in an upside down world. Off-white dark forces, upside down crosses, etherical nooses. Strangled while dreaming, quantum entangled with angels and demons. 44 racks on the talismans, major keys of the Solomon. We the children of a lesser god, made in the image of Joan Chesamard. Slow your horses, show your sources, know your forces. Corpus delecti, corporate neckties. Corsican pirates took courses in Bed-Stuy.
So we got Mr. Law 44 here. Yeah. Pablo, the curator, the spoken word generator. I got a page of notes just on the spoken word. Blue, you are not slick, sir. You understand what I'm saying? You are not slick, sir, but you are slick. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present the others, and bring back and the V.L.T.R.N. The people who said we need to form like V.L.T.R.N first, let's be fucking clear about that. You understand what I'm saying? So 20 years in the making to make it actually really happen, because golden era consciousness go back to 2006. You understand what I'm saying? Go back to 2006. So let's bring the Law 44. You know, the writer, the motivator, the inspirer. You seen him doing muscle ups with Martians and shit out here in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? The true and living God, Blue Pillar 44 is in the building. Peace to the God.
That's that V.L.T.R.N for me, right? Let's be abundantly clear. We starting this year. Yo.
Out here looking like new money and gold water at the same time. All right.
It's funny that you chose that song to play. Wakanda was actually the song that set off our project. What was it right now? 8 years ago. So that was 8 years ago. Twin the album. And yeah, we back. You know what I'm saying? 8 years later, and we still cooking. And it's an honor to be here. Salute to you always. Salute to your audience. V.L.T.R.N is formed. We in the building. And like you said, this has been a project that has been collectively 20 years in the making, as we have been branding that slogan and been very patient with the community until it has truly manifested itself. So yes, we have finally, you know, formed like V.L.T.R.N. We here with the project of the year, and it's an honor to be here in the building with you this evening. Salute.
And as soon as you said that, the mystic one, the mystic one, y'all seen him melt Sway's microphone. It ain't never been the same since. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all seen the man out there melting Sway's microphone. You understand? Like, so the overlap between consciousness and psychedelic. You know what I'm saying? Psychedelic hop is here in the building. You understand what I'm saying? The cam with goat horns. You understand? So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present to others, and welcome back to the platform, to the Podcraft, the one, the only, Bata.
Yo, 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 yo. Am I on?
Yo, 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 yo.
Yeah.
Yo, knowledge born. What's the science, brother?
Hey. Everything's everything, man. Glad to be here with y'all. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, man, it's an honor, man. Thank you for inviting me on the cast, on the guide cast, man. It's an honor. Yo, peace to the pillars, man. We in here.
We in the spaceship. We locked in.
Word up.
Mm-hmm.
Word up. Word
You feel
up.
me?
So, I know.
We only on platforms that got spaceships. That's the V.L.T.R.N. law right there. You gotta have a spaceship for us.
Word up.
That's the only way, man.
That's the only way.
So y'all connection. I'm gonna ask this. This is kind of off the cuff. How fun was this experience for y'all going through making this album, collaboration, family brotherhood? Because you know, y'all from God Hop Alliances. Y'all from all of the times of making and curating sound. So it's different when you sitting with somebody that was there versus somebody's like, huh, so how does this work together with this and that? So to curate a sound that the world wasn't ready for, but to speak it and whisper it into the winds, but now see it come to fruition.
Man, I'll start with it. Like I said, 10 years ago, my bro, A.A. Rashid, the Kabbalah God, whispered in my ear a name, right, from mouth to ear, and was like, this is somebody that you need to pay attention to. This is somebody that you need to hear. He's next up. I listened to him, right? And a few days later, I magically met him at a debate, right? Out of all places, we met at a debate. And I was so inspired that, you know, when you meet somebody, you be like, yo, we're going to get in the studio. Let's exchange numbers. And y'all might follow up a year later. Now, I was in the studio that night, the night of the debate. We was in the Bronx together. I was right at the stew and whatnot. And we tapped in and we made for this, the song that you played, what you opened up with. We made that the first, the one take Jake, like the first time in the booth, boom. I think he did the hook first and I went and laid that, or whatever the case was, we made magic happen, right? So I'm just giving you that caveat to say that there's a magical connection when it comes to me, Blue, and Cam coming together. It's almost like effortless because we're all artists at heart. Like we're like nerds, we're artists, we love the craft. You know, we were raised on music, different genres. Me and Blue, jazz, blues, soul, R&B, you know what I mean? Early hip hop, like we breathe it, but I feel that the embodiment of the art, it really starts to take its toll when we get together and then magic happens. So we've been, you know, over the course of the 10 years that we said we did that first project, Holy Ghost 1, Holy Ghost 2, Holy Ghost 3, Twin the album, Red Summer, the legend, right? Legendary projects and whatnot. And we played a part in each one of those. and we were there to witness the creation of each one of those. So this is only a continuum, and we're only getting better as we get together. The art is only becoming more arty. You know what I mean? We're only getting more comfortable. Cam is in a new bag and whatnot. He's like, you know, we all evolving and whatnot. Cam's singing now, bro. Cam is a whole camera Badu. You know, but it's the comfortability of the artistry that I'm so I'm so enthralled by. And yeah, he got me back in my musical bag. You know what I mean? Because I'm glad that he's back on the scene. We was on, you know what I mean? I'm glad that he's back on the scene, but he's back on the scene now with a bang. So this album is really like us making a statement. Because I didn't make music for a few years. Me and Blue, we haven't made music for a few years, and we definitely wasn't working with Cam since 2020, since Red Summer. So this is a match made in heaven right here, and we here to make a statement inside of this hip hop world because you know bars is back. You know what I mean? People are asking to be rescued. They like, yo, we need music that we could rewind. This music is so microwavable. It sounds like Phoenix. What's the dude that made the rubber bands?
Yeah.
No AI was used on this project, ladies and gentlemen.
Except for the cover. Except for the cover.
Yeah, this is not Suno. Except for the cover, though. We did a little, but no Suno. You know what I mean? None of that shit. This is all
I'm going to take y'all back to that studio moment that you just described, Red. If you remember, Brick the Foundation and Keith was there, okay?
How'd you know that?
We was on live. Dude Nas Radio was on live, and I told him, yo, go in there and talk to him. I need somebody on the air. Y'all don't even remember y'all was on there. Yo, that's how much in the zone y'all was.
Yo,
stop playing with me, son.
Community version of Normal Walk.
What I'm saying?
You be pulling up on people with vinyls and shit that they listen to in nursery school. Like, you were the conscious community's Nardawak, bro.
We was live 10 years ago. I remember he's right. We was in the living room. We was recording live.
Yeah. We was with Brick, the foundation.
Yes.
We damn sure was because they came to town for the debate.
Yep.
I was about to say, let's go a layer deep. Cambatta, what debate was it?
That was Brother Polite and Harry the Jew. And Loda Lux. Loda Lux is the one who walked them out.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yup.
Crazy.
Crazy, bro. Yeah, it's all serendipitous, man. And to be honest, man, I was studying these guys before they knew who I was. So it was all a plan. It wasn't my plan per se, but it was in the stars for sure. Because when we get together, man, you talk about fun, man. I mean, we're like kids in the candy store, man. Everything gets checked at the door. There are no inhibitions. There's no shame. There's no embarrassment. We go in there, bro, and like literally, we're jumping around like kids, bro. It's every time we get together, whether it's just us three or we got Brother Rich and the studio's full. It's fun beyond the music. The music is like the afterthought, like the finished product. So this project happened real, no pain in this, no sweat in this. It happens so passively. And the crazy thing about this project is that they were only in the same room a couple of times. Like this project happened like Blue would come down for a week and then Red would come down for a week. And we didn't even know what the project sounded like until it was done. You know what I'm saying? The first time Blue heard it, he's hearing surprises. The first time Red heard it, I'm hearing surprises. So all the way to the day before the album was mixed is when we got the intro to the album. So this album was, and it's 10 years. It's 10 years literally from when we dropped the first album, which was Scorpion King. So we technically met 11 years ago, but the album that we created in that time was the Scorpion King, And one of the greatest songs that really catapulted their sound to the next level was Red and Blue Purple like Prince. And that's what this album is. And that's what this album is. This album, because we have Red and Blue Purple like Prince. And then on the Twins album, which was technically Blues album, that like Scorpion King came out, and then Twins came out, which was really, that was like Blues super project that me and Red were on. Red was on it more than me. Just B was on half of the album. It was like a whole thing. And that album had a song on it called Twin, where they were going back and forth. And then we got this album, which we brought together, and they got Going On there. So every album that we did, they did something new that they've never done before, that nobody's ever heard done before. Nobody's ever heard of Red and Blue Purple like Prince. Nobody's ever heard two twins going back and forth like they did on Twins. And nobody's heard guys that rap like those guys jump on a Going On and rap like Heavy D and LL Cool J in their prime. You know what I'm saying? So this was an honor, and it allowed me to do things that I've never done before, because they're so comfortable and trusting with me that, you know, I got to go in there and be Michael Jackson for the day, man. So honor to these dudes. They put me on game. If it wasn't for them, you guys wouldn't know who I was, because they're the ones who introduced me to Brother Rich, and Brother Rich is who introduced me to Low Deluxe, and you know, that's history from there, man. So that's all I gotta say, man.
He's in control. He's the master of his masters. I can do business with you, right? Master's talking to a master, now the master talking to a slave, a sovereign. I'ma license you, my materials. You don't own my materials anymore. But I'ma take the big chunk over here to the homie. That's why I have no issue with people calling him a master mason. You damn right, he's the master of his catalog. He's the master of his words. He's the master of his archive. You feel me? He's the master of the ceremony. Right? Very few artists have been able to achieve this, but the ones that have, we've seen his demise.
I'm on 100%. 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple the Benz. Change up the circle of friends. The Netheroo circle the twins. 75 ever since. 70 wives in the fence. Red and blue, purple like Prince. 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 We feeling the urge, killing the purge. Buzzers electric, we feeling the surge. Feeling the words, killing the birds with immunity. Pillars of unity. This is the form of the Voltron. This is the age of the Ultron. This is the same stage as the Pope on. This is the sage you can smoke on. Copper pound, came on the scene, I was copper down. All I was missing was copper crown. Summer 16, I turned copper brown. Look for revenge in the copper town. Capping the jersey and copper crown. 21 guns, salute chopper sound. My power pieces, the crystals be talking, the cloth that be talking. King County clothing, yeah, king of New York, and I'm Christopher Walken, the missiles embarking. Pistols be talking, 21 hammers with country, the grammar, the broken, the English. I'm on 100%. 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple the Benz. Change up the circle of friends. The Netheroo circle the twins. 75 ever since. 70 wives in the fence. Red and blue, purple like Prince. 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 Red and blue, purple like Prince.
Charges of federal, orders incredible, markers indelible, sparkers immeasurable. Sparking the medical, parkers on pedestal, sharks for that revenue, hawks for what's settable. Heart full of vegetables, art at the festivals, heart no cholesterol, sharp on those episodes. I'm on 100%. I like when summer begins. I need my hundreds and tens. I need 100%. Go independent like Prince. I'm on 100%. I like when summer begins. I need my hundreds and tens. I need 100%. I like when summer begins.
Yo, you notice he said this is the foreman of Voltron. He said in the first verse, he said this is the foreman of Voltron. This is the age of the Ultron. So literally, the first the first joint in there, he predicted this album. That's the craziest thing about it.
Yes, and that's the beautiful part about it, because you can curate it, right? You can curate it, and then it's better when you have people that were there. Like, you're introducing this to somebody new, somebody now. They get the benefit of it now, but it lives forever because you said it. Like you said it, you gave us a mandate for the community. Not only did you give us a wardrobe and artistry, you gave us a call to action before people were saying call to action. Like, we need to form together like Voltron. You understand what I'm saying? And even down to the Facts Initiatives. The Facts Initiatives was us taking the things that we had conceptually, in our mind, where we're theorizing about a lot of things, giving tangibles, assigning tangibles. There's an assignment that goes along with it. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right, we're dealing with this. We're hearing these things. All right, we got Fear of a Black and More Messiah right here as another movement. You understand what I'm saying? As another movement, as a further caveat, as further evidence. And then when you see us together like family. And you see us with our family. That's another offering. There's offerings upon offerings. You got tangibles and intangibles, and some of the tangibles and intangibles can be swapped with one another. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure we got a chance to kind of curate it. Like, literally, my platform, Do Now's Radio, turns 11 on the 29th. On Michael Jackson's birthday, on my little sister's birthday, on Hurricane Katrina. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all of these things were all there. The Jason months, Black August, all of it. So it's a sum total of the experiences. And the first episode was What is Consciousness? And who was on there? Red Pill and Black Dot. You understand what I'm saying? To give the stamp.
That's right. Give the stamp.
You know what I mean? Yes. Still forever.
You need to put that on vinyl.
I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. I still got it.
I got the vinyl plug. Let's talk about it after the show. Yeah, we got the vinyl plug now.
So you know, it was a time in elusiveness. Like, even going back to Rich, what it meant. Rich was the curator of consciousness, the curator of metaphysics. You understand what I'm saying? He was the hidden one. He was
Remember, he was the DVD man. Remember, he was the DVD man at first in Brooklyn. So he was curating all of the titles. He was helping to make people. He was like a kingmaker. Because if Rich said that you was hot on the streets, then you was hot.
Right.
Then he got into the YouTube channel, and he was behind the camera for years. Nobody knew his face. He was Ghostface. Right. You just knew his voice.
Right.
You feel me? Then he started getting, then he got into the music and whatnot. And one of his first endeavors was the Holy Ghost album with Cambatta, which is a bona fide classic. That literally created a new era in the community and whatnot. So, and he's on this album because there's no like, we couldn't do this and not, like Cam was saying, these are sessions that we did throughout the years and whatnot. Some of these songs came about through magical sessions, and you can't leave Father Rich out of that because he's a part of the sessions and whatnot.
That's real.
And the sound that he curated was so powerful that he basically has 3 classics on this project and whatnot. And we look forward on Volume 2 to have them on more.
Definitely. And that was the thing. That's like, oh, he produced too? I was like, Rich produced? You understand what I'm saying? So you like perplexed with the plethora and the multitude of the artistry that goes along with it. You understand what I'm saying? For the longest time, he gave the best intros and asked the best questions. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm in class like, oh, word, this is how I need to approach this situation right here. You know what I'm saying? I got to ask Brother Rich a Brother Rich question one time. I was like, yo, let's do this right here. You understand what I'm saying? So the metamorphosis and the shifts of consciousness, they're there. And Cam, you came at a time where the things that preceded you were okay. You understand what I'm saying? They were okay. Like it was like a lecture in rhyme form. and nobody wanted to hear that shit. Just to be honest, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they came with the wardrobe and the style. They made Nile Valley culture fly. You understand what I'm saying? Like took it off of the pyramid walls and adorned it on your body and called it a wardrobe. So now you can go and interface. It was a lot of, you know, the older crowd translating, like you were just talking about, Red. But when you came, I was like, oh, this is different. It hit everybody, and they pioneered. They was like, oh, this is what we can adapt to. We can adopt this right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Cam was a bridge.
I was calling you Cambatta. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you heard Cambatta on Winter Wars, you forgot you heard him before that. You understand what I'm saying? So when you came, I was like, yeah, that's Cambatta, yo. Cambatta in this building. You understand what I'm saying?
I never heard that, man. You're brilliant, bro. That's crazy.
Game changers. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm not gonna say that the music pre-Cam was boom bappity and whatnot, because AA came with the Dog Star hip hop. He gave us a new sound with Batman Mafia, to whereas it was like it was dark. It wasn't tree hugger anthems and whatnot. Right. It was very scorpionic. It was something that we needed to break out of this, because remember, there was a point where people were like in the conscious. I remember somebody was clowning. I'm not gonna say who it was, but they were like, yo, you know, the teachers are not being them. They're not being authentic because they're being too proper. They're trying to show off to the master teachers, and they're like, yeah, so the circumference of the, you know what I mean? And it was like, nigga, be yourself.
Yeah, be you.
You're gonna find more freedom in that. So that's when some of the younger teachers started to just let their nuts hang and just, you know, loosen up and stop taking themselves so serious. So then when the music started coming, because it was even at a point where if you cursed on the track, it was like, damn, I hope the math teachers don't hear this shit. Damn, yo, turn that down. They come and turn that down. You know what I mean? So when Cam came with that freedom, he wasn't restricted and whatnot. He brought a bridge to where it was like, yo, this is not, nobody's going to mistake this for, you know, no offense to any of the OGs and whatnot, but they're not going to mistake this for backpacker rap. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with backpacker rap. I grew up and I love backpacker rap. That's part of my foundation. But we were actively looking to craft a new sound. You know what I mean? And Cam was that missing piece. And when he came, everything came together like a puzzle. Clack, clack, clack. And here we are.
That's exactly what happened. And Scorpion King was the first album of that. It was like really like what you would call, like, for lack of a better term, like ratchet consciousness. It was the first bomb, but in a good way, to where it doesn't sound forced and it doesn't sound like we're being lewd or just purposely defiling shit or volatile. It was artistic, and it was true, and it was pure, it was raw. And that's what attracted me to Metaphysics in the first place, is that it didn't have all these moral restrictions and all of these, you know, it had a certain freedom to it, which is essentially dangerous, because there is no routine or ritual either. But what attracted me to it is that I can go in and say what the fuck I want, you know, and that I don't care. I tell people I'm not a positive or a negative person. I'm not a good or a bad person. I am 100% neutral. So if it's true, I'm gonna say it. I don't give a fuck how it sounds. And this gave me the permission, the artistic permission I needed to do that in the highest sense. And typically that doesn't happen, but I knew it when I was watching Red Pill. I remember watching him watching Sonetta. Sonetta is the first one, really. Right. He did it before it hit rap. He was the one who really made it okay to just be barking on the block.
Yeah, he broke that mold. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And once I saw him out there barking, it was just like, oh yeah, I can do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because early days in Harlem, I used to get the phone calls like, yo, why you know what I mean? He was so ratchet and he was so outside the lines. It was like, get from up there, bro. Come
Y'all
back
had
to
the
Brooklyn.
Adjustment Bureau though. Y'all
Yeah,
had the
yeah.
Adjustment
Like
Bureau
come back
popping
to
though.
private school. You know? But
Red, I'm gonna give you a line you said that changed the game forever. That forever united everybody on every level. The knuckle draggers to the God Supreme. When Tony killed Manolo, I had to look away. You understand what I'm saying? Like we had just heard the audio. You was on Sonetta TV doing your 1-2, and we heard. I was like, oh, they rhyming. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, then I heard the line that changed the game forever. You know what I mean? Because whether you was on the
Forever.
right side of it or the wrong side of it, when you heard that bong, I was like, oh, it was the same bong. It's like you got shot all over again. You understand what I'm saying? Like you Manolo, like damn, like like because everybody else is like boom, like his brother was the cause of the rise, and then the bong with Manolo was the cause of the fall. I was like, damn, he did his man. Like nobody else stands a chance. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hit us with that line, everybody on every level understood it. You understand what I'm saying? Whether they was eating cauliflower or they was in the alley shooting dice. You understand what I'm saying? Cauliflower, collard greens, shooting dice. And Blue, your artistic mind, from wardrobe, from insight, from interviews, from write-ups, from everything, the ambiance that you created with spoken word. You know what I mean? I just remember hearing one of the joints on right before the interview. You about to go in with Brother Rich, and I was like, what? Blue doing? Oh, word, Blue. You doing spoken word also? You understand what I'm saying? Like you ain't left no vegan meat on the bone. You like, all right. So it's like, all right, this is what we doing. You see what I'm saying? Because you're a cultural curator and one who set the tone in that way. And then you add in the fashion. Like I don't even know if the community truly understood the hours, the painstaking hours of what it is to go through fabric. Nah, not this, not that. Nah, like barking on motherfuckers on the phone to make sure you got the quality, like you got the Blue Magic roll out. You understand what I'm saying? So that kind of mind and that kind of detail to create an aesthetic that was not there. It's like being the first president. Wasn't nobody before you. You understand what I'm saying? To put that all together, and then it's like, boom. Now you came with the spoken word. You see what I'm saying? From the visual word of the wardrobe, and then the writing, you understand what I'm saying, to the spoken word, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to us, Blue. You know?
Yes, thank you, my brother.
And
I
forever
appreciate
law 44. You know what I'm saying? We can't never let nobody rob. We went from 22 tools to the law 44. You understand what I'm saying? We went from 22 tools for y'all about to the law 44, man. Bill with us, Blue. Give us something.
Again, thank you, my brother. I'm honored, for the acknowledgement. As Brad and Cam said, you are you're the curator. You got all the receipts. So I'm going to take your word for it.
Yo, Blue had me thinking about going to the Sweat Lodge. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's so many dimensions. Everybody, I'm telling you, it's a different experience when you're sitting with people who love you and people who know you versus you just sitting down with somebody. It's like, all right, you come out with an album. Like, how many tracks are on the album? Like, how long did it take? Like, all of them surface level things. It's like, nah. So it's a different perspective in regards to how it goes. But I want to start with the first track.
Blue was the first one to go on a hero journey.
Where's the ball?
Remember, because we was all concentrated in New York, and Blue was the first one to do the mount. He's like the first conscious retreats.
Yes.
He was the first one to go out on the West Coast to explore that, open that all the way up. Then he was wearing the ponchos and the sombreros and shit.
Where's the ball? Yeah.
He was the first in the air. He was the first to report the aliens on Mount Shasta, too, bro.
He was the first alien.
First dirty niggas by aliens.
Yes. And look where we are. We're here. You know what I'm saying? We're here. So that's why I think it was a little necessary to start in this way. I could have just went straight into the album because the album is mind blowing. It's fun. It hit all of your chakras. It got something for everybody. If you a chakrite, you understand what I'm saying? If you an angel number motherfucker, like if down to if you smoke crack. If you smoke crack, it's something for you on the album. We ain't leave nothing. There's nothing left. Got a little crack songs. We got some trap songs. You understand what I'm saying? We got Live at the Barbecue, and it's consciousness in a way that I've never heard it before. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. And when I'm listening to it, I got to do the look back. So I'm looking all the way back to the Scorpion King. I'm looking all the way back to Turtle Gang. I'm looking back through everything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so again.
Hold on. Shout out, because they're going to kill me if I don't say it. So, Turtle Gang and Royal Immortal was supremely instrumental in getting me and Blue to where we are as musicians. I'm talking about 2010 going up to 16, because we came out with mixtapes before we came out with an album. KTL Radio 1, 2, and 3. That's Turtle Gang, and that's Ghetto Shaman, aka Royal Immortal, right? They were supremely instrumental. They saw some, and Mac Truck Turner. Oh my God, I can't forget Mac Truck Turner,
please.
Yeah, Mac Truck Turner believed in me and Blue. The first song that I ever did was in 2005, and we were doing it about Katrina. Mac Truck Turner spoke life into me and Blue. He saw the genius in us. He saw the artist in us. We saw the artist in ourselves, but he literally booked the sessions, put us in front of a mic, and made us create this magic. Mac Truck Turner, Turtle Gang, Norris, and my good brother Ghetto Shaman, Royal Immortal. Those brothers got to go down in our history as the ones who got us started. Hope I don't forget nobody.
Word up. So we're going to go to the knowledge degree. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go to the knowledge degree because y'all got real intricate over here. You understand what I'm saying? I got real intricate and intentional. 12 tracks, the astrologist is like, that's the 12 zodiac signs, you know what I'm saying? The gods is like, yo, we dealing with the 12 jewels. You understand what I'm saying? So it's so many levels and dimensions. I just want y'all to know I see y'all, okay? Y'all ain't slick, but y'all slick as hell. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so let's go to
444.
Yeah. Let's go to Ancient Aura.
Unfold. My ancient aura is gold. It was foretold I would return as a soul robed in the sun. Strobes of light, the tight that glow at night. I'm composed of the sun. My outer garments threaded from stardust. Complexion of what they checking at Starbucks. My inner armaments composed of God stuff. Off-top structures like Fort Knox. My inner art tucked in my inner sanctum. The gold you hold in that encasement emits like a fragrance, bathing your body in light. My bioluminescence, I'm fireproof. My blessings is contagious. The ancient aura can shapeshift whoever that occupies the same space with. My aura's minted. The morphogenetic morphs when entered. If I said it, of course I meant it. My aura's minted. Even a fork I bent it with the force presented. When I talk, I'm bringing forth the thought I dreamt it. Then flinged it off like a horse with sense and danger, hanging on by a thread like a hanger, surrounded by orbs, defenses designed for divine interventions. I spit dark, tip sharp like swords I fence with. My ancient aura is minted, 24K invented. What I admit is expensive.
I was born on a throne. I'm a king, I need a court of my own. All these rings like I'm ignoring my phone. My ancient aura is gold. Yeah. My ancient aura is gold. I've been touring and exploring the globe. It's how I hoarded this assault in a stone. My ancient aura is gold. Yeah. 444 horses is the force that I hold. And this 44 and Porsche that I rode. Yeah. I extorted when the order is sold. Out of bounds for the border patrol. I be twisting up a joint like contortionist bone. It's really all I need to record in my zone. Practicing the darkest sorcery known. Tapping in when I be authoring poems. Bird magic mixed in with the Jordan Malone. This bag of skin, I'm insupportable hole. Medallion dripping, I adorned it in gold. Got the cash to get it, you should order your own. You can't afford it at the store, get a loan. As soon as I wear it, the value's worth more than it's sold. Gold, matching a burgundy velour in a robe. Gamble with life and I owed her, but I brought my cologne. I was born on a throne. I'm a king, I need a court of my own. All these rings like I'm ignoring my phone. My ancient aura is gold. Yeah. My ancient aura is gold. I've been touring and exploring the globe. It's how I hoarded this assortment of stones. My ancient aura is gold. Yeah. I was born a prince. Cross on me and the story fits. Horus in his human form exists. Mother was the virgin, the Messiah made his portal shift. The three kings came and brought me this exalted gift that I received and put it on the wrist. Necklace is a ribbon with metal on it, rewarding wrists. Everything I wear is rare like unicorn and myth. Gold belt matching the sheep fleece I wore it with. Jeans deep, uniform equipped, couture to stitch. Pink peach, red, yellow, gold, and orange tint. Seen each color in a stone with quartz in it. Every finger got a ring on it. I need at least one more to fit. Like 11 on the Bill Russell or the 6 rings on the Jordan fist. Charm on me like an ornament or a lit pot. I was born on a throne. I'm a king, I need a court of my own. All these rings like I'm ignoring my phone. My ancient aura is gold. Yeah. My ancient aura is gold. Gorgeous porcelain imported from Rome. I promise I look 20 as a 40-year-old. My ancient aura is gold.
The scrolls unfolding, words made of gold foretold of the hidden messiahs. Shit, it was written in fire, then we sitting much higher. Sitting on some Michelin tires, dripping in Egyptian attire. Dapper Dan stitching them wires, Solomon hitting Delilah. Bitches kissing on these pictures on flyers. These witches for hire, these kitchens on fire. We paid in full, yeah, pitching the buyers. We chasing down Mitch's desires. Them snitches on wires, they hitting up the picture Mariah. As far as them stars stretch, that's further than far-fetched. And as for my car test, I'm taking Elliot Wilson on a star quest.
Get the flex bomb. From hip hop to hyperspace right there. Shout out to the Black Dot.
Shout out to Black Dot.
You understand what I'm saying?
Shout out to Black Dot. Yeah, that's that ancient aura. The video though, when we shoot that, that's gonna go crazy.
Mr. Blue, sir. Mr. Blue, I just want to remind you that you said my ancient aura make any auras, anyone shapeshift I'm in the same space with. Sir, I just want you to know I heard you when you said that. I heard you said my ancient aura shapeshift anyone I'm in the same space with. You didn't hear me? The crowd heard me. The crowd heard me. And the crowd goes wild. You understand what I'm saying? The nuances in the lines, right? See,
right.
My job is to remind you of what you said. Tell me you and Blue and the conglomerate, 19 Keys and everybody wasn't the shifters, wasn't shifting paradigms out here. You understand what I'm saying? Shifters. Like paradigm shifters out here. You know what I mean? So right. that ancient aura, right? You know what I mean? The ancient aura, it got stuff in order. So if I'm around you long enough, in the words of KRS, if I can't change the people around me, I'm gonna change the people around me. You know what I mean? So literally in that realm of what it is. I'm like, oh, all right. He said, even a fork, I bent it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, do not try to bend the spoon. You understand? Like Pete Morpheus out here finding Neo. You understand what I'm saying? Like Pete Morpheus out here finding. I like. It's so many. Like if you got like this is a beautiful thing to be a student of the time because you can always do the look back.
Morphogenic, it morphs within it.
Yes.
So just like you said, I'm explaining that once you have a high frequency of your auric field, whatever you come around, you also potentially lift that.
Raise it up.
There's so many ways, like you said, to say the things that need to be said, but you don't have but so much time. And that's where being in the company and people like Cambatta, you know, because spoken word and poetry and rhymes, which is rapping poetry of very thin lines, and not everyone can master jumping in and out of that pocket. So I'm always thankful. We spoke about KB, which is Ghetto Shaman. We spoke about Mega, and we also got to mention Black Dot as being pivotal and instrumental as well in our early development of rhyming, you know, getting in and out of the pocket, especially when you're going to be educational to teach some shit. You know what I mean?
He said, when I talk, I'm bringing forth a thought. I dreamt it.
Killah Priest.
You understand? Like when Morpheus said, welcome to the real world, he told him you have been living in the dream world. You understand what I'm saying? Like you've been living in the dream world. He took everybody through the same chambers, but it could only be one. He took everybody through the chambers. He's like, everybody fall. Cipher said everybody falls the first time. But they like, but what if he doesn't?
Right.
Then he wouldn't be fit to be with them. He had to fall. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if he didn't fall, then he wouldn't have learned no lesson. Because he fell every time. There's a trajectory. Sophia Stewart said there's a hyperdimensional space in between John Wick and the Matrix. There's physical evidence of that, you know, because the guy who made John Wick, he was the stunt guy who created Neo and Bullet Time and all of that. He did all of the stunt sequence, master stuntsman and master fight choreographer. You see what I'm saying? Chaz Stahelski. So he did that. So he literally created the Neo that we would know, right? And then now the John Wick character is the reason why he's so seasoned. His mind is his weapon. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how he could take you out of here with a pencil. He's like, with a pencil? Yeah, his mind is there. And then he's the archetype, like a Gemini man in the assassin world where they made the mold from him. But his OG was the dude that played Odin. You understand what I'm saying? So he got a chance to be, boom, Mr. Wednesday, here on the Wednesday, right? So that's his son, right? For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son out here with it. They hit him with the worlds, right? And then they say Neo is the Christ figure. You see what I'm saying? So, it's too many things wrapped up in here. I just wanted y'all to see how I heard y'all when y'all said what y'all said. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, all right. Ah, man. And then, Cam, you went Goku Cam Saiyan on the joint. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you went Goku Cam Saiyan on the joint. And then you hit us with the 444 hertz. You understand what I'm saying? So, you hear it, and it don't sound like it's healing you, but it's healing you. You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't like they ain't sneaking up on you with the Jabberwocky. I'm gonna borrow that from you, Red. I heard it earlier. You understand? I was tuned in. You understand? Like they come with the Hegelian dialectic where they hit you, with the problem, and then it become the solution. Like you're listening to it and you're being transformed and you don't even know it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how the bars came. The bars bombarded you. but you're different after you heard them. You understand what I'm saying? You're
Right.
transfigured. You're transformed on it. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give, the props in the architecture. You understand what I'm saying? And then
Honored.
right at the end, you made the Elliot Wilson reference. You understand what I'm saying?
Remember the car? Remember the car test?
Yes.
Remember he had the car test?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking his ass on a Star Quest.
That's it. That's it.
So when we get in the car, that's once again, this whole album has a lot of Voltron references. It's very spacey, but the foundation of it is the Third Eye Atlas. So we're not necessarily embarking on this whole Voltron. We're upgrading the Voltron, but we're superimposing Third Eye. So think Third Eye Atlas when y'all listen to this album, ladies and gentlemen. Think. I don't know how many people are familiar with Voltron cartoon, but just think about Voltron cartoon, but through the lens of the Third Eye Atlas. And the Third Eye Atlas brought the master teachers, like Panic and Dr. Sabi, the spirits of the master teachers were on the Third Eye Atlas. That's what came back.
Right.
The
They will be on
pantheon of the
Cybertron?
masters came back inside of the Third Eye Atlas.
Oh, that's
Henceforth,
Transformers.
earthquakes, volcanoes, upheavals, all of these things that are taking place. We got all the way up to 2030. It's still in the atmosphere.
Well, let's get into the wisdom of Greer. Let's Cam, you wanted to add on? You look like you was about to say something profound. You can't hear him. Oh,
you muted.
You can't hear him. No, he probably about to come back. Yeah. He said he can't hear. No. Let's save that. Let's go into going on, okay? Live at the Gotta Q. You understand what I'm saying? Live at the Gotta Q.
Let's get it.
Went to heaven for free in Jesus. Okay, my bad. All right, I'm gonna behave. All right,
I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. Yeah. We hit it right, all our wrong. Hey yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God.
I'm teaching essentials, I'm operating at my peak, it's potential. Elijah, he told me to keep it all simple. Through these instrumentals, I speak to your mental. Red. Back in the booth, rap to the youth, they was lacking the truth. Back to the seas, they was lacking the roots. Smoke through the trees and they snacking on fruits. Vans, attached to my roof, detached to the roof on the back of the coupe. Back from the future, I'm back in the loop. Red and the blue, yeah, I'm back on my snoop. Niggas be biting, they cracking, they tooth. Niggas be capping, they lacking it truth. Put a toe tap in the back of they boot. Battle with nukes, I'm attacking they troops.
I wrote these bars in Sumerian text. The legends of Mu on Lemurian sets. It was written in Targaryen text. Came to conquer all my variants. Yeah, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. Yeah. We hit it right, all our wrong. Hey yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God.
Back on the bars, hitting my lick like I practice guitar. Cooking with Richard Galactical Star. I transmitted this bit from the cat head on Mars. True, laughing so hard. Truth to loot black, they be capping so hard. Get the loot back with the tap of the card. Shit, I push your roof back to the back of your car. Blue, what's happening, God? Went to the stars, came back blacker than tar. Let my loot stack from the back of my yard. Shit, I came from bootstraps to the platinum cards. She dragging my balls, sagging my drawers. See what's lacking in y'all. Y'all don't practice at all. See, I battle with Paul. Even my shadow
hey, yo,
is
we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. Yeah. We hit it right, all our wrong. Hey yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God. Back on the mic, was dead on my back, now I'm back on my life. Came back from went back to it twice. When I rose out the grave, they said that dude is cry. I'ma shine like a star. I'ma twinkle, twinkle as I light up the sky. Her world was watching on the night I arrived. The Messiah's here, I guess it's finally time. Swear that I hear every prayer that you say. I was there every day. You was still letting fear in your way. And them demons hungry, it's a spirit buffet. I'm the one that's on the light is from. I began before your time begun. In the face of death, you either fight or run. Life a game, I feel like I won. And yo, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the V.L.T.R.N. We hit it right all our wrong. And yo, we got it going on.
Somebody said that guy sound familiar in the chorus. That's Cambatta. I told y'all, niggas singing. He Cambatta by Cameron Badu.
Look at that. You know what I'm saying? So we lost the cancer and gained the cancer at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? She's shaking up the airways. Main character energy here in the building. You understand what I'm saying? Put your hands together and show your love for the queen of the royal priesthood in the building, the one and only Ty Phoenix, and the Iron Soul for Hip Hop in the building at the same damn time. Okay?
At the same damn time.
Killah Priest, Ty Phoenix. We dropped the bomb.
What did we do to deserve this? Wait a minute, hold on.
How it works. That's how it works.
All is well, all is well.
Peace, family.
Yo,
Ty.
this is a lot right here. Let me share this real quick. Remember when I told you, Knowledge, that in 2005 I recorded my first song?
Yes.
So two very powerful inspirations that was out there kicking ass at that time. Ty Phoenix and Killah Priest.
Yes.
I remember meeting Ty Phoenix at Black Star around 2009 and whatnot, in Harlem and whatnot. And she was out there. Yeah, Black Star video in Harlem on Lennox, bro. And it was like, you feel me? It was like, because remember, we ain't talking internet days. This is not social media time. This is when you saw an artist. It was like you saw a statue. You feel me?
Yes.
Bro. What up, Ty?
Wow. Red. That means so much.
Crazy.
You know what? I remember that. I think I remember that, but we were at a college, right? And you interviewed me at a was like a university, right?
Yeah, that was at LIU.
Wow.
I'm talking about at Black Star, you was on music business then, you know what I mean? And I was just like, wow, you know what I mean? Just seeing you for the first time, your aura, and because I was hearing you and I was seeing you, but then I saw you, and it was like, yo, I wanna make music like that, you know what I mean? And let's not even talk about the Killah Priest influence and whatnot with them. I mean, I don't even gotta say it. You already know what you was doing to our brains back in those days, Priest. Just to have y'all in the building
my mic keep going out. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
we hear
sir.
You. Yeah, no doubt. Red and blue pillars. Yo, I'm liking what I'm hearing, yo. That's crazy.
That's wild. Hey, Red, I'm honored.
Yeah, me too, man. Yo, that says a lot, man. That speaks volumes right there. For real. Yeah. Peace to both of y'all. What's up? Knowledge born.
Peace to God. You already know. On my job. You understand what I'm saying? Tommy acting like she wasn't on Hip Hop for Respect album. You understand what I'm saying? Like she wasn't on the joint. Like, stop playing with us, Ty. Like, it's okay, it's cute. You understand? It's like, yeah, you know, humble. You was making heaven and earth move for a long time. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen. Let's just acknowledge how the melanin don't crack. Let's just acknowledge how the
look at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm kidding. No, for real though, I gotta say, Red, you don't think you weren't inspiring you and Blue, you guys weren't inspiring at that time on the journalistic tip in terms of pushing the culture forward.
Yeah, we was
Right.
Peter Parker back then. We was doing Clark Kent, Four Corners. That's what it was. We was interviewing you for Four Corners. So
Wow.
we were literally in our Peter Parker phase, but then we was like, wait till they see us on Spider-Man time.
Yeah.
You can't be Spider-Man until you rhyme.
Right.
That's right.
Check it out. Now
That's how that works.
Now we back on the
Dot in the
web.
building. Salute to the Black Dot. Salute to the Black
Yeah.
Dot in the building. You heard?
No doubt.
The one, let me share something about Black Dot, and let me share with the power of when people believe in you. And I'm just throwing this out there because there's going to be a Black Dot in the audience. There's going to be a Ty Phoenix and a Killah Priest in the audience.
Right.
The words that you say to an upcoming artist or somebody who is trying to discover their artistry is going to live with them forever. When we went in the booth with Black Dot for the first time and created Secret Chiefs, and I had to scratch myself. This was Royal Immortal put it together, and I'm looking around like, yo, I'm in the booth with Black Dot, bro.
Right.
You feel me? Because once again,
So 88.
So yeah, man. And then Black Dot told me that my verse was killer. He was like, yo, you bodied that shit. I was like, bro, I'm a rapper now. That was the stamp right there. So, you know, shout out to the big bro Black Dot. You already know what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Malcolm. Shout out to Urban X. I hope we're making y'all proud.
Dynasty.
It's fire. Peace to Blue. What's the sign, Blue Pillar?
I got a question, Alex. Can I ask Red and Blue a question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, go.
Okay. So, how you described, you knew there was a next phase that you had to go to in order to really just embrace your gift, your mission. You like, okay, that next step is me rapping, and you knew you were gonna go there. So now that you crossed that threshold, how does it feel like when you leave the booth or leave the studio? Like, what is that feeling like?
Magical. You know what the next phase is though? The stage. That's the next evolution of that stage. Because we did something the other day, and I tapped into a form that I necessarily hadn't tapped into before, and I was like, yo, I love this. You know what I mean? Like, this is my power right here. This is what's been missing. So that would be that next phase, would be that stage. You feel me? Like I gotta rock that crowd of thousands. Like, that's my goal now.
Facts.
Yeah. And then the crowd surfing is after that. I have enough courage to jump off that bitch and be like, homie. Oh. You know, that's a rapper Jesus moment when they
jumping in the mosh pit.
Huh?
Jumping in the mosh pit.
Jumping in the Washington. Yeah, that's the next step. You know?
That's
fine.
That's when you know you made it. You know
that's
what I'm
when
saying?
you know you made it. So
yes,
you know, I'm happy to be here. You feel me? And we gonna really treat this thing like what it needs to be treated. Like, I'm dedicated to the craft.
That's so dope.
Peace. Yeah, exactly. Yo, man, I can't wait to hear the rest of the album.
Yeah, me too. That's crazy.
Let's go.
Yeah, we got a couple of joints to play right now. Okay, so.
And
Where
Cam is
Cam
on his way back. He just made.
He's on his way back.
Yeah, he's on his way back in the building too.
All right.
Let's go to Art of Attraction. They went on next level over here.
Oh, I like that title.
That's crazy.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
Need divinity if I connect with you. Bring the sexual to intellectual. Need the best for you, don't leave me dusty too.
Yeah.
Know you in my being, I'm your lover and your queen.
I ain't got a lot that I can spend on you. I could blow your mind if I have sex with you. Promise I won't exit once I enter you.
Know you in my being, I'm your lover and your queen.
I got just Jezebels on my timeline from different time zones, telling me I leave they mind blown. Third Eye Thursdays activate they pine cone. The cloth covered up in rhinestones. Don't tell me I ain't reached perfection. They be in my DMs like peace reflection. Your light shine like 3M. Man, keep reflecting, keep progressing. Reach your blessings, teach your lessons. A deep confession when I see your sessions and you speak aggression. You put me in the deep possession. I seek protection, I seek direction. Lord knows how weak the flesh is. Next week she's breakfast. You threw a shot and I intercepted. You from requested, I accepted. Then she sent her breasts. Make a long story short that these up tasted like us winter freshest.
Need divinity if I connect with you. Bring the sexual to intellectual. Need the best for you, so leave me destitute. Know you in my being, I'm your lover and your queen.
I ain't got a lot that I could spend on you. I could blow your mind if I have sex with you. Promise I won't exit once I enter you.
Know you in my being, I'm your lover and your queen.
You expect me to, treating you exceptional. Niggas had that stress for you, I just had the best for you. Treating you respectable, they treat you like receptacles. My respect for you should reflect the new approach to your exceptional delectables. Yeah, you good for the guard, fresh vegetables. Yeah, some epic food, some epic jewels. Yeah, let's pull a menage. I got the size of Cobra for your higher lower. Yeah, vibe all over. Yeah, the rise of odors, that's the smell of success. Yeah, the elegant sex, that's the head on the jet. Back shots on balconies, yeah, I'm all about that alchemy. Biting on these bitches like Valkyrie, I fetish the flesh. Yeah, we settled the debt, yeah, we leveraged the bet. Cash out, milk and honey from these cash cows. This my last vow before I exit the flesh.
Need divinity if I connect with you. Bring the sexual to intellectual. Need the best for you, so leave me destitute.
Shout out to Songbird.
That was fire.
Shout out to Songbird.
Yeah, that was dope.
Thank you. Y'all heard them drums? That
Yeah. Bismarck. One, two, yeah.
Hey, Red, when you rock the stage, right? You said you're gonna be rocking stages next, so just be prepared when you rocking the stage and perform that. The ladies gonna be throwing their panties up on the stage.
I'm gonna take my shirt off. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? That's I'm going topless for that one. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him the unk body. I gotta give him the unk body for that.
Yeah. I was listening. He said they treat you like receptacles. I said, I was listening.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Blue went in.
Yeah, y'all was
crazy.
That's that where you rubbing on the feet and you talking to her like they treat you like receptacles. I treat like that's the massage talk. You know what I mean?
Touch the souls.
How did you select that track? Who did the track?
That's that's brother Rich right there, aka Black Magic 363. He came through with that track and we blessed that. Yeah, we had to get on that. And we knew what we was gonna do with that the minute we heard that.
Dr. Brother Rich on the track.
Brother Rich is a high level producer. He got 3 projects already. They're all classics. Facts. A lot of people don't know this.
Crazy.
Yeah, produced it. And brother Nick Price is the one who put the drums on that. So Nick Price is the other producer. You're gonna hear the drop when you hear some of the songs. That's our good brother Nick Price, who's also the DJ for Cool G Rap right now.
Word up.
That's fire.
Wow, a lot of legends.
Yes.
There we go.
Big. It sounded nice. I'm gonna come back too. Hold
on.
Breathe. Happy birthday again.
Y'all know he in the studio, so.
Priest in the studio.
Yeah, he in the studio.
Hey, Knowledge, can I ask Brandon Blue a astrology based question then? Since they got Jupiter running through their 10th house of career.
Yes, Jupiter running through the 10th house. Okay, let's go. All right, Moon in Scorpio. Talk your talk, Ty. Move out the way.
Saturn
talk your talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the moon is in Scorpio. We got the two scorpions, the twins. You know, in the building, the moon is on y'all's sun today. You know what I'm saying? And the 10th house for Scorpio is Leo. The 10th house of professional career and respect and esteem. And you got Jupiter, the planet of expansion, running through your 10th house. How does that feel right now?
I feel like God. Like good. Nah, deadass. This project really has me feeling expansive. It's giving me new. It's just giving me a new lease on just energy and whatnot. So, you know, I'm literally gonna be walking through New York with this shit on the Bluetooth, just blasting it like back in the days. Like I just feel so good about it right now.
Word up.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's so dope.
Blue, you want to answer that?
Line drop, you gotta run it by me again.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hey Blue. I was saying that, you know, as you two Scorpion Kings, yes, today the moon is in Scorpio on both of your Scorpio suns, but even, you know, the moon, it moves a sign every 2 days. But for the next year, as Scorpios, you have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, in your 10th house of public stature, career, respect, responsibility, notoriety in the public. Like Jupiter is in your 10th house, which is Leo, for the next year. So I was asking Red how you guys, well, now you're here, how you feel about that. Do you feel the Jupiterian energy expanding that professional sector of your life?
Hey, hello.
There you go.
You hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, I could definitely attest to that. I've been speaking a lot about the Jupiter and Leo energy, and just bearing witness to how it's showing up in situations. But sometimes you gotta destroy before you rebuild, and momentarily we're using snakes to catch rats.
That's right.
So
okay.
it'll happen, but you got to clear the space first. You know, it needs a clearing and a reckoning. But I think that you know, the time coming forward is to reward people who have been that, and I think we qualify.
Indeed.
That's right.
Definitely.
Made for this.
Made for this.
That's dope. He said, you know, that was such a scorpionic statement. He said, we using snakes to kill rats. That's so scorpionic. I love it.
Blue Pill Talks and Poetry now.
That's it.
I love that.
I'm mindful of that. Yeah, Blue Pill Talks and Poetry.
And the poems are dope. I see them sometimes. I know you don't shoot like visuals all the time, but the ones that you shot, fire.
Thank you. Yeah, in the month of April, I wanted to do one every day, just in honor of Poetry Month. So just adamant about bringing spoken word back, because I remember, you know, these are like times that was made for spoken word artists. You know, Gil Scott, they would have ate this up.
Yeah.
R.I.P. We just lost a great one. We just lost a great one, Black Ice. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The legendary Black Ice.
His ceremony, his memorial was today in Atlanta. So
that
absolutely
hurt my core.
rest in peace, Rise Black Ice.
That hurt my core. One of the greatest motivations since Abio doing of the last poets for me was Georgia Me and Black Ice. The first two voices I heard them. I didn't even get to see them. I heard their audio, LimeWire Bear Share. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, when Ye made the statement, Ice ain't hide. Ice doubled down in front of the world. The world was like, I don't know if I want to touch that. He said, Kanye made a statement, I'm here to back it up. And then he gave the history of how these things was happening far before Katrina in the same place. You understand what I'm saying? Like, to speak right directly into the void. people like, yo, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. He said that I'm doubling down. You understand what I'm saying? And then just walked off the stage. He was like, when they families looking for help outside the fucking stadium, and walked off. That was it. I was like, oh. When you talking about capturing lightning in the bottle, you capturing the wrath of God in the bottle. Everybody running from this, he ran right to it. You understand?
Right.
He ran right to it.
That Def Poetry Jam. He used to buy. He commanded that stage every time.
Every time.
Every time. Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? It's like, you know how people draw, they have that, there's a dividing line between rap and poetry or spoken word. But
Right.
Black Ice, I think, is probably one of the best examples of how you can ride that line and almost coexist in both territories. He was right there, like at the height, I think, like you said, when Def Poetry Jam, he was right there to the point where like rappers was listening to his spoken word and was like,
Thank you.
damn, I can't
feeling
fuck
pressure. Right. He was pressure to the rappers.
Y'all heard him on Fabulous album. Y'all heard him on Fabulous album.
Yeah,
Real Talk.
because he was
You understand what I'm
channeling.
saying?
He's on the Soul tape.
Yeah.
I gotta go check that out. Damn, they forgot about that.
And he's on Real Talk. You understand? Like plenty of rappers have used him over the years. Russell said somebody gave him a word to go to, him and Stan Lathan, to go to this spot in Philly, and they seen him getting busy. You understand what I'm saying? Like getting busy, and it was like, yo, we gotta bring him in. You know what I'm saying? At the epicenter.
Right. I was told that Philadelphia, the frequency in Philadelphia is rising up as a result of, you know, they got the LeBron, they got Jalen. Like I was told that spirit that we all fell in love with, that neo soul spirit that Philly was the master of. Jill Scott, you know what I mean? Black Ice. Like remember, that was the place to go to hear the illest poets when we was coming up.
Right.
I was told that type of energy is coming back in Philadelphia, so I look forward to it. I'm gonna definitely look at that. I'm gonna have my eye on Philly.
You know, it's crazy because Philadelphia, you know, like you said, whether, you know, more recent, you know, legends like Jill Scott or even, you know, rest in power, rising power, Black Ice, but then you even back to Stephanie Mills and Teddy Pendergrass and the OJs, that soul sound, that, you know, there's soul in Detroit, there's soul, but that soul in Philadelphia had a different vibe to it. It was
right. Stax Records. It had a name to the sound as well. It's on the tip of my head and whatnot. But remember when Clive Davis and them came through and they kind of like usurped black music, they entered. They stopped the Philly sound. That was the sound that they stopped. So if things are gonna come back now that he's gone and whatnot, and we're seeing this revival, it would definitely come out of that region and whatnot. It would only be poetic justice is that it rise back up in that region. But yeah, that Teddy Pendergrass sound, like you said, Stephanie, was Angie Stone from out there?
No, Angie Stone wasn't she? Was she from the Bronx? Was Angie Stone? Because you know she was a rapper.
Right.
First. She was in
first.
Yeah, I think she was. But you know, it's so interesting because even like, you know, Nights Over Egypt, all them songs is that Philly sound. Why is my brain not working? Because it's late. But the two main producers, oh man, people, whoever watching this probably want to just tear me up in the DM. The two main producers who created Gamble and Huff.
Gamble and Huff. There you go. Those were the producers. There you go.
I was about to really get like beat myself up later, but no, Gamble and Huff really they pioneered that sound. And it's interesting you say Clive Davis because, you know, coming in and destroying that sound, and you know went on to destroy Phyllis Hyman, and you know it goes on Whitney Houston. It just goes on like you know the devil doing the devil's work.
Basically. You know, and when he left, I felt a dark weight, or I felt a dark cloud, literally leaving, because remember, people started speaking out about him. Even though I feel that they should have kept it going, it was like a few days that, yeah, Clive Davis is a bad person. Then it was back to the regular program. But I literally felt somewhat of a cloud leaving this shit. So I really, and I'm done with hoping. That's why we're putting this type of music together. And that's why we are on a campaign. We're not just putting music out to put it out. We're putting it out with a statement. This is a campaign. This is literally us, you know, really getting, you know what I mean, like really setting a statement to say, nah, we're not doing streaming, we're not doing labels, we're not doing industry, we're making our own sound, we're doing a new, because this what we're doing here, premiering music on our own platforms, going directly to customer and whatnot. This is the type of movement that we're pushing. You know what I'm saying? More independence, putting together album release parties on certain dates and certain grids, being very intentional about it. Yeah. Like, we're not rocking with that dumb shit no more.
You taking it back to the DVD burner. Red, stop playing with me like you new to this. You made for this. Hashtag made for this. Direct to consciousness. You understand what I'm saying? Not even direct to consumer, direct to consciousness. Y'all curated consciousness around the globe. You know what I'm saying? Like people was buying the DVDs like crack. You understand? I'm in the war zone and the DVDs is popping around the war zone. Like bullets flying and consciousness is being lifted at the same time. You understand? Like, yo, cats coming up to me scratching like, yo, Knowledge, you got that somatic death?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
You got
like,
them exposed
literally. DVDs? You got them exposed DVDs.
That was
literally.
That was work in the hood. Like, that literally was work. So, you know, there you go. He's in the back cave. He's back in the he's in the back cave now.
Yeah.
So we ain't new to this. We ain't new to this. We can take this back to Blog Talk, okay?
That's it.
I had a janky connection, so I was only able to listen in for the most part. It's been an amazing show. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. The God and the Goddess came down and made this Mount Olympus, made this monumental. It's already been sent to the celestial server as a classical to be archived in the crystal cave. So
that part.
Honest to you, as Red said, and I will reiterate, you know, there was a time when we were so much fans of the culture, and the responsibility we felt was at the underlayer of curating and making connections and building bridges and doing the background stuff that people don't often see and definitely doesn't come with the applause. And we never was applause seekers, so it was never a question. Artists such as yourself were firmly at the forefront. We was always students in the class of artists such as Killah Priest. Killah Priest will tell you this himself, that I ran down on this brother on several different occasions when I met him, to applaud him and give him the uplifted energy that he needed. And this was in periods of his time in life when I think that he really needed it. I gave him my only copy of A.A. Rashid books when A.A. was still behind the wall, because I felt that if anybody could appreciate a brother behind the wall spitting Kabbalistic information and edifying Hebraic knowledge or what have you, it would be Killah Priest. So I made sure that connection was made, and I was able to edify him with this knowledge base. So yeah, this is very meaningful. This is full circle. And yeah, so we didn't jump in the booth until the bat signal went out and it was needed and necessary. And I think because we're past the postmodern era, I could say certain things and not feel no way about it. When the one syllable rapping started in New York, and it started with Jules Santana, let's be clear, I'm sorry.
Hey.
And then it followed up with OJ the Juice Man. Hey.
Hey.
It started with A, and then it got to Atlanta, and it was hey. And I was, and it wasn't AA, you know, no. And I was like, yo. But then I remember Buddha Clinks telling us the importance of tonality, and the grunt was gonna come back and just listen for new sounds. Then I remember the youngsters came with the new sounds, and I was just like, yo, like we have a contribution, we got something to say. We've been fans of the art form for long enough. We've been in the background for long enough. We've helped artists, we've encouraged artists. Now it's time to add artistry into the pantheon of the catalog and the collection of where artists gathered and curated. So this is our offering, and our expression doesn't have an age limit. Our expression doesn't have a ceiling. I'm so glad that we late bloom, because can't nobody tell us, you know, like, y'all, no, I'm gonna be doing this for however long I see fit to do it, and I can't conceive of a time when it won't be done.
That part.
So, yeah.
Pressure bust pipes, or creates VVS cut ice, up nice, we puff pipes to relieve the stress, fuck life, we went from thug life to screaming we the best, before calling every girl a bitch, the pearls with pitch, Jews with toss, left the world a dish, food for thought, leave a tip for the leadership, avoid the GMO, eat what you grow, reap what you sow, weave the rest, Rapunzel, thread and needle, golden yarn, holding arms as long as Matumbo, longer stretch than runs of Colombo, older uncles in the golden dawn, nephews in them vestibules, holding arms, throwing bombs at the head of fiends. Role model Pablo in the Medellin, the people that you let deceive you is the closest ones. The nephews, the uncles, they the first ones to rush and run through whose house the tools out, forcing you to crack the safe and take them jewels out, crack the fridge and take some food out. Family sits at the dinner table, shit, the same family kills like Cain did Abel, more horrors than Amityville. The haters in the game can turn fatal. You can change your name, but never change your label. Once you've been labeled as able to carry out your hateful spew, and I fail to bring it straight to you. The joke's on me, April Fools. You can take the tool to deflate my cool shit. Who wanna lay in fools? That's why I keep the heater on me. All your social traits show you sweet and corny. Succotash, cut the grass, don't go that way. It's where them cobras lay. Their coldest stain was overlaid by a poker face. I got my joker on. Jared Leto, open case, fed placebos, cold erase. Golden off to close the case. Fighters touching like discussions over nice production. Pipes be bussin', desert eagles in these golden palms.
VVS, I'm just angel of light. You know an angle of light. A stranger in the night, entangle in the fight. The strangling the life, the changing of the gods, the rearranging of the cards. Doctor Strange in them foreign cars. We was icons before they started shooting them Nikons. We had the cannon and the Mark Buchanan, 3 5s in the 70s, knee high in the 70s. Now it's ebony's in every prism, deadly missions like Debbie Fisher. Heavy scripture, heavy mixture, cherry elixir at every bar mitzvah. Moving hand, niggas use the gram just for moving grams. Playing losing hands, niggas losing band. We in a music band, and they wanna stroke my ego, invoke my evils. Man, I spoke to people with that coke with ego. Yeah, the dope is lethal. My commentary is like commissary for these broken people. Food for thought, I'm on my shmoney grind. Bentley truck, same color as the honey wine. The organ rising, the price of your organs rising. If niggas ain't talking about organizing, it's no communication, pulverizing.
So
I love my job. Okay, I love my job.
You're doing it, bro.
You curating, and music can best be described as a time capsule, right?
Yes.
So BBS was the first part, me and Philly paying love to the city of brotherly love. Shout out to Philly. I heard y'all building on it earlier. I'm writing a book right now called Pillars on the Portico, and it's about Philly, the resurgence, utilizing the motifs of Jaylen Brown and LeBron James as the resurrected pillars, the JBs. Bro, I'm in my bag with this one. Shout out to Roz Ben. I've been catching them episodes. I'm gonna have to holler at him for the preface. But I'm telling you, I'm cooking on a whole nother level. Now, the first part was Philly, you know what I'm saying? And the second part was LA during Nipsey's going home ceremony, his homegoing ceremony in 2019 in LA. That's where we shot the second part. Rez part was shot downtown LA. We held a ceremony with his Umi. Ceremony we cooked for her. Shout out to Queen of Greens. Yeah. Yeah, time capsule, man. That was so dope.
Visually, not only did y'all adorn us with wardrobe, but y'all was some of the first artists, pop your collar for that, to make people upgrade their visuals. You understand what I'm saying? Cinematically, like, you know what I mean? Like machetes in the street cinematically. And I want to thank you both and convey the sentiments to the rest of the family. I want to thank you both for your family. For your family. Truly. Like for your family, for your Umi, for your pops, for your brother, for your sister, for your family. Like literally. You understand what I'm saying? And the contributions that your family gave to thwart the attack on, the somatic cells and also on the psychic self-defense. You understand what I'm saying? It's like from the family is on the front line, like, okay, the evils is right here. All that stands in this way is a few family members. You understand what I'm saying? My mother's in the same pantheon. You understand? My mother, your mother, Rashid's mother. There's a few mothers that's in the Umis right there for the Ummah. The Ummah, that you don't get community without mother. You understand what I'm saying? So that's really, really it right there. So I wanted to thank y'all both.
Let's say that, because it's the flip side of like, they be like, yo, the Umis was in the crib raising the children and the husbands was pressing front line and they was the ones outside. No, the Umis was the ones out front, outside, making first contact with the people. And the men was in the background being protected and hidden from the people, or selectively, you can go with it, you can't not. Right? The women was the buffer. The women was the ones that was in the streets making the plays in terms of like Hafiz, like AA's Umi Hafisa. Yo, I know Jada kissing them. Let me go up there and get them these herbs. You know what I'm saying? Like she had to treat respect. AA was going places on the strength of his Umi. He was getting acknowledgement, and it was the same for me sometimes.
Heard that.
Even to this day, Mama Pill got relationship.
It's me forever. It's me forever. You understand? Like forever.
When I got to Harlem, it was already late. My mom's already laid the path out. They was waiting for us. It was like, oh, the lady with the afro. Nah, come and set up. Right, you good? You. That's your. Oh, nah, you Gucci. That was my mom's work.
And my grandfather, her father, did it for her, to make sure whatever street that she stepped foot on, that the respect level was going to be there. Things was already laid out. The understanding was already understood. And she still, but as a woman or as anyone who's in that shadow, you still got to follow up with holding your end of the bargain up. If someone is coming and they're speaking a foreword before you get there to say treat her like a queen, you got to show up as one, and you got to still leave as one. You know what I'm saying? So it's.
My mother took me. This was my 9th birthday. Okay, my born degree. My mother took me. I said took me, like that's a miracle. I got 6 siblings. You understand? My mother took me someplace with her. You understand? Not the squad where we lapped up on everybody, laid down, trying to get somewhere. My mother took me. You know what I'm saying? She bought me a suit. gave me Malcolm X Speaks, gave me a Malcolm X button, took me to Harlem to the Harriet Tubman School to see her get the Harriet Tubman Recipient Award.
Wow, look at that.
That was my born day celebration at 9 years old. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, literally, the kind of thought that's put in. You understand what I'm saying? Her and my father, you know, on the streets of Harlem, streets of Brooklyn, streets of North, getting people off heroin. You ain't live until you seen somebody in a dope fiend nod, and my mother hit him with the valerian root that rolls you out of the dead. You ain't making nobody off of that heart. You understand what I'm saying? The valerian root, like smelling salts, like an athlete, boom, come up from the dead. That's the work that they was doing in the street. That's the work that they was doing in the street. So yeah, definitely never a situation where I'm not having that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not having that under no circumstances. What it means to be mother, what it means to be Umi, there's no Umma without Umi. There's no Umrah without Umi. You understand what I'm saying? They got a small tradition, a story in the Islamic tradition. They said the angels will record your good deeds and your bad deeds. We're having a discussion about Hajj. They say, all right, well, how many people went? And they gave this exponential number of how many people went to Hajj. They went to Mecca to make Hajj, right?
Right.
They said, how many accepted? 1.
Damn.
So for all of the people who went, the only person Hajj that was accepted was the mother who sent all of her children to go, and when it was her time to go, she didn't have the money to go. So her Hajj was accepted, and everybody else's that went extravagantly wasn't accepted. So she didn't have to go to be there. She had, because she was already there.
Right.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that intention, and then the upgrade. You understand what I'm saying? They say no, none of you would truly believe till you want for your brother what you want for yourself. Ain't none of us here without our mother's prayers. Our mother's prayers, our grandmother's prayers. We still here.
That's a fact.
We was in the hot of the hot situations. Okay, hot, on fire, blown up, all kinds of. You understand what I'm saying? So
fact.
those prayers in regards to mother, and this is what it is. You know, like that's the upliftment. That's the continuing, sort of push. What it is. So that's why I wanted to take a moment to thank y'all for your family. Thank you for Mama Pill. You understand what I'm saying? I got a Mama Pill interview in the archives. You understand what I'm saying? Do the knowledge video. You know what I mean?
She was on there. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Mama.
Shout out to Mama Pill. Knowledge. I got a visual that I want to play for the disclosure.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's on Cambatta's request. And he's having a little issue with his phone right now, where he's in the woods. He's out there in the boonies. All right. But this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is a disclosure. This is not necessarily the official video, but this is going viral right now. This is also produced by Brother Rich, aka Black Magic 363, and this is track number 12 on the Volt.
Right. And these videos are shot by Mathino, House of Tunes, out of Philly, once again, who has been our videographer. He has the eye. He is a legend. He's another person that shows us, I think a lot of us break the mold in our own personal way. He's the director that broke the mold for me. You don't need all of these extra hands. He had one camera with one hand, and he shot me a movie in 2 days for how many songs was on Christ Consciousness album? Maybe 12.
Christ Consciousness about 12 or 10 or 12.
Yeah. So he came down for Philly, was started as one video. It was like, let's just do 2. And it started as 2 video, led to 12. Yeah. And this brother edited, had it ready for movie stream. I mean, bro.
Right.
I cannot.
That's who's gonna shoot our movie for us when we're ready for the movie. Because as Ty was asking me about the phases, first is the stage. We're gonna do the stage, and then after the stage, then it's gonna be the movie. You know what I mean? I'm taking this thing in phases and whatnot. But we're gonna hit that stage, big stages around the world, and then it's movie time.
So what I've also been doing, and I want to share this with you because I want you included, or if you care to glean some of this for yourself, I've been participating in theatrical performances where I'm narrating for a group of performers. So I'm in my Mr. Window phase, right? But not because I'm the griot, and I feel that every presentation, like let alone a song, let alone an album, let alone a group, it has a lore. So I'm implementing a narrative in Atlanta that this is Atlantis, and I'm creating lore around it. Whether it's conceived to be real or not, it doesn't really matter to me, because I have the narrative to support it, and I'm allowed to get in my imagination. They got a strip club downtown called Magic City. I mean, this shit is, it's an enchanted forest, you know, there is a very special place. This in the center point is Crystal Mountain or Stone Mountain, and Atlantis was about crystal technology. It rained every day in July here. I mean, there's no place that I've been that gets more rain than Atlanta, but yet they be looking for the water. Right? The water's here as evidence it's the greenest place in the country.
It's landlocked, right?
3,500 feet above sea level.
Right. And it rains every night out here.
Yeah.
Every night.
Every night. And by the morning, it's just morning dew. That's the ill part about it. There'll be morning dew. It's not flooding. It's not wet and everything. It's morning dew in the morning, but every night out here it rains.
But I'm still thirsty.
So I've been utilizing these platforms to do narration, introduction. So I want to get more into theater, like when we perform, putting on actual theatrical shows, until we can actually get it to a place where we do a hip opera. You know what I'm saying? And it's intense, and it's demonstrated, and we lay that shit out and we body it, and then we take that show around the world, and we show the world our intellect in the form of edutainment, that we can decipher cosmology and synthesize it into, you know, lyrics, or, you know, the theatrics of the moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much that we can do. I just want to get to the doing part. And I want to reiterate to all artists that there's no limits. There's no age barriers. Like, you can finish your profession, retire, and come back at this when you're 60 something and rhyme about what your profession was like. We need the cataloging of the information to go back to the crystal cave so it can be archived, my nigga. Like, if you did it, speak on it.
Facts.
That's brilliant. That, you know, everything you said is just, it's just affirming for me how exciting I knew this period was going to be, this age of Aquarius. I knew, like, the fearlessness of people saying, I don't need nobody's permission. I don't need no corporation giving me the cosign. I don't need to wait until this one says, okay, the climate is good. Go ahead, proceed. Or, like, everybody is really just in charge of their own destiny, their own mission. And that's just, it's been exciting to watch. Like, people have their complaints, you know, criticisms about, you know, this era. And, you know, it's like any other era, you know, there's parts of it you like, parts of it that you don't. But I mean, the most exciting part has been what you just said, like how you said, oh, we're going to do hip opera. Like, we're going to do a hip hop opera or whatever, which, like, watching people be their own television show, watching people be their own videographers, chronicling, you know, just, you know what I mean, just because they got a phone. And now everybody can tell their story their way and don't have to wait for the A&R to sign off, and don't, I just knew this was going to be exciting. So everything you said that you intend to do, that you said, all the productions that you're creating and the vision you have, I just knew this period was gonna be like this. And I'm so honored to still be alive.
Yeah. So, right, there's the gratitude that comes from that. You know, we still in the game. We still here. We're still observers. We're still watchers. We're still cataloging. We're still amongst the chosen. Don't take that for granted. Exhaust it. Use it up.
We still noble.
Yeah, we
Red
still.
and blue
We're
still global.
Still global. What dream do you have inside of you that needs to be expressed? Right, Jupiter and Leo. There's a stage waiting for you to step on it and show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? And I know, and yeah, step into the void and step on the other side of that void. You know, being a whole legend. You have no idea what awaits you if you can only get over the fear and get out of your own way. Like, there's so much abundance that awaits us. The courageous ones, those that are willing. This thing for people to do. And I'm speaking literal and proverbial, because your stage can be, you can be a nail tech, and your stage can be showing up however you show up. Showing up where you show up, however you show up, that's your stage, right? So this is not just a conversation directed towards artists.
They go to nail.
Be an artist and everything.
I don't know if you can see, like when you talk about nail artistry, these are these are webs. These are webs. If you can,
I love it. I love it.
Art has no limits.
Nails are real hot in this community right now.
Bars.
Let me get to this video though. Let's get to the music, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Disclosure. Blue Pill opened up Ancient Aura with the spoken word, and we closed the disc with Red Pill and the spoken word in Cambatta. All right, let's go. It's loading up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's loading up.
We the collectors of the art, the thinkers, the doers, the knowers, the architectures of the art. Triple dark moon protectors of the hearts. Triple dark mega yachts, 444 megawatts. Firm biz, nature, Foxy, AZ, Don Escobar, moving megatons, mega bucks. 444 megatrons that call mega bus. Went from Sega bus and a mega bus as we embark upon a hero's journey. Opening scene in Carlito's way, laid out on a hero's gurney, staring off afar into the canopy of stars, unto Atlanta, me on Mars. Mama, my third eye active, captive. Seventh heaven opened up the third eye atlas on the third eye Thursdays. Voltron formed with bird's eye wordplay via the third eye persons in third grade. Revenge of the blur days, the Vic Mensa mixed with the elixir Serpenta. Welcome to the center of a mentor.
Got the gods excited as I'm strapped up in my captain's chair. Autopilot, spacecraft, I don't have to stare. It's called arriving. Pass through natural wear and crack the atmosphere. The daddy's here. Tinfoil hatters that were gathered there just clapped in chair. Left the faculty of NASA scared. Donald Trump started acting weird. He just sat and stared. I hit up Billy Carson for a chat. We're galactic pairs. Grab the bear. Acid in a chalice full of dragon tears. Cone-headed, 12-foot giant with a gold melon. Native suit, ants-eyed Christ at the Catholic fair. Universal soldier, the predator. You travel in the galaxy for challenges. You clash with me, I'll scrap you there. Warlord, I can smell the blood when the battle's near. See the smoke from the disaster that happens after clear. clairvoyant, telepathic, empathic seer. I'll imagine atoms somewhere and then astral travel there. Fact, I swear, cross 1 billion light years in half a year. I'll teleport through different dimensions like after Alistair. Magic Mare, summon a ghost of the late Delbert Blair. Alistair, Broly, I sat in prayer and my dad appeared. Savage, I'll attack a bear, smack a bear, handed claws, hit him with the paws like he acting queer. Split his jaw, crack a crown, lost a canine, ain't no lassie hair. See the teeth flying out his mouth like some babonair. Catch a tooth, attach it to my staff, now I have a spare. Stab the bear, wait and pick the scab, then re-stab the bear. A lion heart, 3 eagle eyes, 2 rabbit ears. I like it dark, I see the sound waves that a bat would hear. It's rather weird, the fact that I have all its natural talents rare. Physical athletic abilities that I have compared. Bron as a cavalier, Shaq in his magic year, Kobe when he had the fro, and Jordan when he had some hair. Vince Carter, back on the Raptors when T-Mac was there. Iverson, why we still talking about practice here? Compared to you, Earth is a 3-dimensional massive sphere. Compared to me, Earth is a 2-dimensional flattened square. Oh my, look up in the sky. What's that up there? It's not a comet. Rocks made of ice are not that aware. It's not a drone. Anything else that was manufactured here, it's a craft, cleverly disguised like a mask I wear. Daddy's here, 3-eye atlas in your stratosphere. Galaxy to galaxy, I traffic and I rack a dare. Fuck Earth, all I see is fags and crack addicts here. Everyone's cursed. God is so mad that he had to swear. Say your last prayers, get your bags prepared. When my crowd prepares, it means the Revelation chapter's near. You gon' hear a blast and a flash of flare. Blinded, shining like the platinum that a rapper wears. Destroy Earth, leave, look back and cry happy tears. Watch the simulation crash and call Apple Care. Out of gas, I stole it from the sun and caused plasma. Gotta say I, then hit me on the app. I got facts to share.
Affluence.
Then I hack and Palantir and clear the data there.
Altruism, unity, wholeness, precision, authentic love, harmony, healing, activation, tranquility, resilience, consistency, vitality, magnitude, chaos. The rightful ruler's back.
Yo, where the nuclear bomb at?
Yo,
I'm just saying.
My boy went crazy on that, boy.
Wow.
I just want to run it back. I can't even talk right now. I gotta run it back. Can I run it back?
Yeah,
Is that all right?
To run it back.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
Selector, calm down.
Yeah, let's go.
That's crazy.
We the collectors of the art, the thinkers, the doers, the knowers, the architectures of the art. Triple dark moon protectors of the hearts. Triple dark mega yachts, 444 megawatts. Firm biz, nature, Foxy, AZ, Don, Escobar, moving megatons, mega bucks. 444 megatrons, they call mega bus. Went from Sega bus and a mega bus as we embark upon a hero's journey. Opening scene in Carlito's way, laid out on a hero's gurney, staring off afar into the canopy of stars until it landed me on Mars. Mama, my third eye active, captive. Seventh heaven opened up the third eye atlas on the third eye Thursdays. Voltron formed with bird's eye wordplay via the third eye persons in third grade. Revenge of the blur days, the Vic Mensa mixed with the elixir Serpenta. Welcome to the center of a mentor. Ugh.
Got the gods excited as I'm strapped up in my captain's chair. Autopilot, spacecraft, I don't have to stare. It's called arriving. Pass through natural wear and crack the atmosphere. The daddy's here. And 10 foil hatters that were gathered there just clapped in chairs. Left the faculty at NASA scared. Donald Trump started acting weird. He just sat and stared. I hit up Billy Carson for a chat. We're galactic pairs. Grabbed the bear. Acid in a chalice full of dragon tears. Cone-headed, 12-foot giant with a cold melon. Native suit, ants-eyed Christ. that the Catholics fear. Universal soldier, the predator. You travel in the galaxy for challenges. You clash with me, I'll scrap you there. Warlord, I can smell the blood when the battle's near. See the smoke from the disaster that happens after clear. Voyant, telepathic, empathic seer. I'll imagine atoms somewhere and then astral travel there. Back to swear, cross a billion light years in half a year. I'll teleport through different dimensions like after Alistair. Magic mirror, summon a ghost of the late Delbert Blair. Alistair, Broly, I sat in prayer and my dad appeared. Savage, I'll attack a bear, smack a bear, handed claws, hit him with the paws like he actually queer. Split his jaw, crack a crown, lost a canine, ain't no lassie hair. See the teeth flying out his mouth like some babonair. Catch a tooth, attach it to my stab, now I have a spare. Stab the bear, wait and pick the scab, then re-stab the bear. A lion heart, 3 eagle eyes, 2 rabbit ears. I like it dark, I see the sound waves that a bat would hear. Rather weird, the fact that I have all its natural talents rare. Physical athletic abilities that I have compared. Bron as a cavalier, Shaq in his magic year. Kobe when he had the fro and Jordan when he had some hair. Vince Carter, back on the Raptors when T-Mac was there. Iverson, why we still talking about practice here? Compared to you, Earth is a 3-dimensional massive sphere. Compared to me, Earth is a 2-dimensional flattened square. Oh my, look up in the sky. What's that up there? It's not a comet. Rocks made of ice are not that aware. It's not a drone. Anything else that was manufactured here, it's a craft, cleverly disguised like a mask I wear. Daddy's here, 3-eye atlas in your stratosphere. Galaxy to galaxy, I traffic and I rack a dare. Fuck Earth, all I see is fags and crack addicts here. Everyone's cursed. God is so mad that he had to swear. Say your last prayers, get your bags prepared. When my craft prepares, it means the revelation chapter's near. You gon' hear a blast and a flash of flare. Blinded, shining like the platinum that a rapper wears. Destroy Earth, leave, look back and cry happy tears. Watch the simulation crash and call Apple Care. Out of gas, I stole it from the sun and caused plasma flare. Gotta say I, then hit me on the app, I got facts to share. Facts to share.
Affluence.
Then I hack and Palantir and clear the data there.
Altruism, unity, wholeness, precision, authentic love, harmony, healing, activation, tranquility, resilience, consistency, vitality, magnitude, chaos. The rightful ruler's back.
Watch the simulation crash and call Apple Care. What are we talking about? Yeah, my boy left the earth with that one. You on mute.
Yeah,
boy left the earth.
I think the bombs muted my mic. Like, hold on, you know
that
you
part.
Say nothing. I had to Gemini it. I had to Gemini it. I couldn't let the people hear it once. I was like, nah, let me run this back.
Yeah, that's once again, like we you know is made intentionally. You're not gonna catch everything on one hair. You feel me? You're not gonna catch everything on 2 hairs. This is replay music. The replay value on this album is crazy right now. So, you know, bars is back, writing is back, intricate lines are back. You know what I'm talking about? Layers are back. And that's how it's gonna stay. Shout out to Ransom. I was listening to his album. That shit is a problem. He just dropped that.
You know, it's crazy. I wanted to ask you guys before I go. I have to go, but this has been just. I'm honored that I'm getting like a sneak preview of this music. But you know, it's funny, Blue. I heard you referencing the 444. That was you, Blue, right in the beginning of that song, Disclosure. Somebody you referenced the 444. Somebody said that, right?
Me.
That was you, Red?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know Blue often,
does the,
you know,
yeah.
That's your lane, right? The 444. And I'm gonna tell you, I when I was on the other the other night with Rich and Aquarius Maximus. We were on that show. Thank you, Blue, for making that connection.
Yes.
I said something. Yeah, I said something on the show because
I did that.
all through the beginning of July, Pluto retrograde was 4 degrees. Neptune in Aries was 4 degrees.
Right.
Uranus in Gemini was 4 degrees. And Jupiter was in Leo at 4 degrees, all at the same time. And I kept thinking every time I thought about you. I was thinking about Blue. You were on my mind.
Heavy.
The Barbos
basket, right?
I was like, is Blue? I was like, is Blue aware of this? Does Blue know?
I don't get no shout outs from my astrologers no more. I'll be like, damn, y'all. Yeah, I didn't appreciate that.
I was like, every time when I thought about that whole 4 Uranus, 4 Neptune, 4 Pluto, 4 Jupiter, and then the sun went into Leo. Leo season began, so it was the sun and Jupiter at 4 degrees, while the Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune were 4. So it was like 4.
I think the moon was.
I was thinking, does Blue know about this? I kept is Blue aware of this 5 planets at 4 degrees?
It was crazy.
I did a lecture prior to it, leading up, and I ended my lecture like a month or 2 before it happened, telling people this was about to happen. And I gave them a lot of 44s leading up to it, explaining to them how the number, shows up, especially, during the war, the conflict. There's no better way to explain it. The war started on the anniversary of the 444th year of the Gregorian calendar, or what they call the Gregorian reform. So yeah, there was just so much about that particular situation that spoke to 44s and 4s, and Barbeau's basket was a wonderful way to cap that off, and just to see that there is an order to the universe. And that's why I always advocate for the astrologers / cosmologists, cosmophysicians, our family that keeps us abreast of the what I call the cosmic canopy,
Deck of heaven.
And I believe we recorded we was recording during the basket. Like, I was very much aware of that. That's when I was tapping in at the studio. So we were recording our finishing touches on this project during that juncture and whatnot, just to, just to tap into the power of it and whatnot.
Yeah. So every time I thought about that configuration, that the planetary alignment, it was like all during late June and July. It was a lot.
Heavy, right?
And I was thinking, I wonder Blueness is tapping into this, right? And I see both of you are tapping into it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm glad you guys allowed me to be a part of this, because I want to hear the history in the making. I'm like, this is crazy.
And we got volume 2 that we working on. In a few, we ready to start getting in the studio and working on volume 2. V.L.T.R.N is going to be a 4-volume series. There goes that 4 again. And we accepting beat tapes and definitely lyrics as well, because I know you go crazy with the beats as well. You an ill producer, so
tell her again. She be acting like she don't know.
You make sound beds and soundscapes and whatnot.
You heard?
We magical in the studio. Like, we know what to do with these sound beds. So, just trust us. You know what I mean? I want to make a classic with you.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. It's the time.
Top before you go.
We've been vocal about that. Mrs. Phoenix.
Yeah.
Let us do our scorpionic thing, and bring some dope sonics. Can y'all play that Shooting Stars?
I got you.
Think
I want to bother Ty real
next
quick
one
before
up.
she go.
I would love to hear
she
her
gotta
feedback
go.
on that.
Yeah, I know she got to
Because
go.
we're going into another lane with this. Nobody makes music for the ladies.
Oh, no.
Nobody makes music for cosmic goddesses. And my mama called me and she's like, I like this new stuff.
Well, definitely, I'm with it because I'm letting y'all know I got my natal Jupiter is in Scorpio, so I don't know if y'all do that. So it's an expansive opportunity for Jupiter and Scorpio. Y'all got the sun in Scorpio, so it's lit.
Say less. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's line it up.
I want to do something real quick, Blue. Red, if I could. I know we just got Blue for a second. Todd, Malcolm Jamal Warner's born day was yesterday.
Oh, rising power.
And you gave us one of the illest offerings in regards to life and looking at the totality and sphere of mental health and high vibrational hip hop being a remedy for it. So if we could play Life in real quick and you give a quick shout out breakdown on what you did in regards to Malcolm Jamal Warner, you almost a Jersey person. You understand what I'm saying? You got Jersey rights, lights, and privileges. You heard? So I want to make sure we do this for you real quick and then get into the next track real quick. So,
yeah, I'm definitely. I was gonna say I drive around with Jersey plates in DC.
That's right. Let them know what it is.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right.
I can't explain the way these crown lows they come to me. Morning meditation, Psalm 91 and 23. Watering my money tree, manifest abundantly. On a mission, running free, everything they wanna be. In summary, there's been a shift within the earth sphere. So now people hear my messages and words clear. Still shining, the illest with the brilliant timing. The gold mine who had to go find the silver lining.
Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, cause we all got some lessons that we working through. Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, it's just the lessons that we working through. So why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son? Got some good days and some bad ones. Might win some, might lose some. That's just the way it goes, life 101. Why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son? Had some good days and some bad ones. That's just the way it goes, life 101. Yeah, life gon' be life until your day is done.
Never will you see a thief return a treasure stolen. No need to lock away your heart if it was never open. Truth heals the spirit and it's better spoken. Most never heal, they remain forever broken. I protect over my cells like a prison guard. True and living star, pay the price to get these wisdom bars. Listen hard, I was cut out of a different cloth. Turn your light up on these hoes and never switch it off. The queen's a winner, moving like a seasoned ninja. I'm even tempered, never beefing like a vegan dinner. I found peace within my inner, that's a sweet surrender. Don't relive your lessons twice like repeat offenders. They'd rather see me decompose like leaves in the winter. Want me to undermine my shine and decrease my shimmer. While they competing in subliminal battles, I'm only fighting hidden parts of my invisible shadow. Cause I learned that people never want the bitter truth, just the sweetness. But you need both the light and dark to reach completeness. Goddamn, people throw rocks and hide their hands. Vindicate the wolves and they silence in the lambs. Fight to keep your soul purer than a sacred virgin. Even if you die and rebirth into your latest version. Your fate is determined by how you shake the weight of burdens. You gotta save yourself, become your own favorite person.
Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, cause we all got some lessons that we working through. Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. I be going through it too, you ain't the only one. Don't take none of this life personal, it's just the lessons that we working through. So why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son? Got some good days and some bad ones. You might win some, might lose some. That's just the way it goes, life 101. Why you tripping, huh? Why you mad, son. Had some good days and some bad ones. That's just the way it goes. Life 101. Yeah, life gonna be life until your day is done.
One life, 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 one life,
That's that heat rock, right? Come on, you did that beat?
No,
Come
I
on,
didn't
man.
do the beat.
Okay.
Nope. But the relationship with Malcolm Jamal Warner, the reason, just so before I go, I'll explain the link. So the link between Malcolm Jamal Warner and that. So that song, like last year, I think last year it came out. I'm blurry, my brain. But Malcolm Jamal Warner, you know, the song's called Lifin'. You know, people say life be lifin'. And his last Instagram post, he said, you know, life be lifin'. And it was funny because I had just released the song like the day before, and his like last Instagram post, he's driving in the car and he's like, but you know, if I have a reason to smile, this is his last post. Very, 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 you know, eerie. But he said, yeah, life be lifing. And I was like, dang, that's a confirmation. I just need to really start promoting this song. And literally like, so, and then he passed away shortly after. That was his last Instagram post. So, you know, writing music, when you tap into the consciousness of the collective, and, you know, because the song was written, you know, a year before or 6 months, whatever, 8, whatever. You write songs a long time before you put them out. And so I was like, you know, when I saw him say that, you know, and I was like, oh, that was his last Instagram post. Yeah, I need to really, like, I was on the frequency of really, in the beginning when I'm saying, you know, thou shalt not, you know, by the terror by night, that's Psalm 91. That's the psalm that, you know, they say to speak to avert spiritual warfare. So the song is about the Psalms you need to recite in order to deal with life when life be life in. And so it was deep just to see him say that, and then he transitioned.
Nah, that's dope. It got the 90s vibe to it too. And you 90s fine too. So it just go together. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Talk about it.
It all
Talk
come
about
together. Yeah, I love that. And you in the store with the you know what I mean? It's vibing, yo. And they loved it. I'm sure that there's people who just hearing you for the first time just now. So they loving the sound and everything. Let them know where they can find more of your music at if they want to go down that, if they want to check out the catalog.
Oh, sure. So that song, Life, and that video, it was on an album called Crown Loaves. And it came out, I believe, maybe 2 years ago now, or a year and a half. I don't even know. Anyway, you can just TyPhoenix.bandcamp.com. A lot of music is on there. And then I'm on these streaming platforms. So you can go to these streaming platforms and you know, just go crazy and you're gonna go down a rabbit hole, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, like why haven't I seen this? Like why haven't I
Right. It's been on my life.
Yeah, listen.
Indeed.
But thank y'all for even allowing, you know, my song to be played, you know, during, you know, the show. Because yeah, that's great.
Artists gotta show love to artists. You know what I mean? We in Pearl Paint right now. We just painters. You know, so artists gotta show love, and we honored for you to be here.
Look at that, you know, all these years. all these years, and we still here, still motivated, still alive. I'm, and whatever album release events or whatever sort of like promotional shows or performances, keep me in the loop because I want to see y'all tear that stage down with this project.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. And we're fans. We've been fans from day one. But like Red said, it's an honor. What better way? I feel, album releases is dope. You get to mix in inspirations, especially if they pull up. Like that's owed and honor to you. So we want to thank you for blessing our platform, our program, our special night with your presence because it means that much more to us. And yeah, this is not hyperbole. This is straight from the heart, and you know it because we told you from day one. We were fans of the music. You represented the vanguard, the reasons that people like us could still be in the audience and receive the effervescence of your performance to be like, that's what hip hop was. You did it and we all did it. You know what I'm saying? And when that stopped happening for us as fans, when people stopped communicating the conversation that was tailored for us and to us, then we took it upon ourselves to pick up the mantle. And we asked the same way that you got asked the elders to speak in their presence. It's the same way that we asked the council of hip hop, you know what I mean, for their permission before we can talk. So it has been ordained from those who have come before us, and we also are under the watchful eye of our peers. So we don't lose our sighting or our footing. And that's the responsibility that happens when you're part of a craft. You know what I'm saying? We're not on an island by ourselves, and we're feeding into a continuum, meaning that whatever we're doing is for the ability for someone else to do something in the future that's an extension of this, whether it's borrowing or building on the sound or whatever it is, or just showing you the encouragement to embrace your childhood. Like Voltron, I'm emotional seeing the blue lion in the flyer. Like just the whole aspect of it. I'm just like, yo, this is such an honor, to come full circle with the things that inspired you to imagine, with the things that inspired you to want to be larger than life. And the ability gives us that, the music gives us that ability to platform and just working through your skill set and your talents. These albums always bring us closer together as family, as the brothers, as friends in our cipher. Whoever's involved, they always get tighter because having an album, you're like co-sponsoring a child. Feel me? And these projects exist forever, in perpetuity, longer than you physically, my genius. Right. So artists out there, put thought into that, right? When you're recording your album, be like, yo, like, what would it sound like 50 years from now? You know what I mean? To my grandchildren or what have you. Like, my mother called me after my first album listening, and she asked me about some lyrics. And I had wanted to change the lyrics because I recorded it in my older self. So, be mindful of that as well. I attempt as best as I can to make timeless music, but some things age, some things don't age as well. You feel me? But as an artist, be responsible and accountable for the things that come out of your mouth, out of your face, because they're gonna land on somebody else's. And don't project. You're responsible for everything that you put out in the world, regardless of how it's received. Please do understand that. So that's my TED Talk.
Major facts. Major facts. I love y'all.
Love you. Peace.
We'll see you soon.
All right. Salute.
Indeed.
Salute.
Peace, Todd. Soon see.
So knowledge.
Yo.
We tapping into the 3-hour mark. I don't want to drag this thing too far. You know what I mean? I think that we have definitely.
I got like 2 more songs for y'all because I got I'm way past my bedtime.
So give me which 2. One, well, give me one because Electron. You understand what I'm saying?
Voltron Force.
Voltron Force.
Voltron Force, and what else?
Allah.
Nah, they was going crazy in the last listening for Mirror Mirror. Like, let's honor the fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna listen to Electron when y'all leave. Then, okay? You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, my bad. Nah, we are not going along.
Come back. On my show anniversary, when y'all pull up on the 29th in 10 days, you know what I'm saying? We could do the other part on my platform. You know what I'm saying? And give them another dosage. You understand what I'm saying?
All right. Let's get it, y'all.
Let's get it.
So Voltron Force coming up right now. The power.
Mirror Mirror.
Oh, Mirror Mirror? All right.
Yeah. Shout out to your audience too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, salute. Shout out to them.
Salute.
Hey, Liddy.
Black Mirrors?
You didn't allow him to look. Huh?
Is it Black Mirrors or Mirror Mirror?
Black Mirrors.
Black Mirrors.
Right, there we go. Second, going right now.
Every morning when I wake up, the first thing that I do, stare inside the mirror, tell me I love you. While staring in my eyes, I said that I love you. When I see my son, I cry, a reflection of me too. Who am I? Who is me? Who is thou? Who is thee? Who are they? Who are them? Who is us? Who is we? I am him. Who is he? You and her. Who is she? Who is God? You and me. Everything in unity, congruently, sonically and musically. Verbally, my audio's in harmony, acoustically. When they hear me, they say, who this? That's the bottom, man. Get used to me. Google me. Check your Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube for me. When I stare at my reflection, I see Cam. I see an artist and a father and a man. I see a God, I got the world in my hand. I got fire, I got water, I got air, I got land. It's so unique that my reflection couldn't copy me. My ancestors gotta look up when they're watching me. I'm the master of astronomy, astrology, arithmetic, psychology. I taught my gun trigonometry. I worship self, idolatry. Grow a dollar on the tree like the ganja flower I got for free. When in the cipher, let my sonics ring. As I stare at my reflection, I say I love you to God in me. Every morning when I wake up, the first thing that I do, stare inside the mirror, tell me I love you. While staring in my eyes, I said that I love you. When I see my son, I cry, a reflection of me too.
I used to see the black sheep, now I see the goats of my family. Stacked up the arms and the coats of my family. Boats in Miami, coats of the candy. Bitches riding boats of the brandy. See me riding in the Testarossa or Lamby. Came a long way from the Volvos and Camrys, and we throwing bricks like we post up I can be. Toast to the family, my trophies are Grammy. See me riding hooks on the coast in the sandy. Y'all don't understand me, y'all won't underhand me. I'm the GOAT to these Bambies. Open mics, I was posted with Banjis, hosted by Angie. You can see the stones on my throat and my hand bleed. Planning on a planet to explode, that's my plan B. Trapped in the matrix, they call but I can't speak. Money talks, you could tell a mark trying to scam me.
Every morning when I wake up, the first thing that I do, stare inside the mirror, tell me I love you. While staring in my eyes, I said that I love you. When I see my son, I cry, a reflection of me too.
I see a Carthaginian, bars obsidian, the heart of Indians, a dark Dravidian, the God's Caribbean. I was here from the start with symbians, Olympians sent me in, down in Memphis from Mount Olympus. I made my interest when they was raiding the Ark in Corinthians. I used to trade up in stock with them Libyans, razor sharp compendiums on a chip like Pentiums. Yeah, my sentience a state of the art, portrayed as an art, no resemblance to Picasso, more like Pablo who brought the gospel, an apostle who played his part. Not for nachos, not for machos, prettier than Flacco. Shit. Jesus was born in a manger, Richard Pryor was born in a brothel. Life prior, I was richer than Pablo, stuffing bricks in a grotto.
Every morning when I wake up, the first thing that I do, stare inside the mirror, tell me I love you, while staring in my eyes, said that I love
Yeah. I used to see the black sheep, but I got to go to my family. And a boat to Miami. Boat to the Camry. Boat to the Sammy. Yeah.
I know y'all Knicks fans. You understand what I'm saying? Like old Knicks fans, like old school Knicks fans.
Oh.
But this is a Detroit Pistons bad boy era album. I want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to understand because like the Knicks, right? The Detroit Pistons of old and the Detroit Pistons that won championships, they didn't have great players. They had a couple great players, but the team was crazy. But the beautiful thing about the strategy was anybody could take over the game at any time. The starting five, somebody off the bench, people could just get crazy. Adrian Dantley, like, fuck it, I'm going crazy tonight. You understand what I'm saying? Like, anybody could do it, you know? So, you know, even the Marcus Camby reference, it's like, either you know, you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like laced in there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, this is a Pistons Knicks album. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, the ball. Remember, because with an album with the name of V.L.T.R.N, you gotta feed the 70s and the 80s babies with your references. You feel me? Right. And Cam comes in, and I feel that he feeds the Psychonauts. You know what I mean? He feeds you know, the dark Sith Lords and everything. Everything is very balanced.
It's a beautiful team situation. You see what I'm saying? From the production to the visuals, there's an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? People thought they had hammer. You know what I'm saying? It's like
the Sonics on this. Yeah, you play this in a speak like the Sonics on this and the Whippington.
Get
like
about it. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah. If you got the nice system in a car, or if you in a club and this shit comes with the mix down on this was superb. So sonically, it sounds the way that I always wanted my music to sound. I'm bringing all of my projects previous to Nick Price to get remastered and whatnot. And we're gonna be doing an album release party actually in Atlanta because I actually want that experience of being in the club with the lights out, big speakers, you know what I mean, DJ, you know what I'm saying, smoking, boomies and everything, because this is this album comes to life when you tap in to those golden teachers and stuff like that. It sounds great just regular, but on that you know what I mean, on that it's really gonna
y'all
go
know
crazy.
I'm in the building. Y'all know I'm in the building.
That's gonna be a movie. We actually got a pop-up in New York at Nicholas Brooklyn on the 29th with Ross Ben. We're gonna be bringing Ross Ben, but we're gonna have physical copies of the CD, and I'll be in the building with Cam and whatnot, and we'll be doing that. But the real party, the real album release
this month
is next weekend.
My 11-year anniversary. Y'all gonna be in Brooklyn?
We're gonna be in BK. You gonna still be in the town?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Yeah.
All right, say less.
I'm in the physical building.
Yeah, that's gonna be a movie right there. And then on September the 13th, right after 9/11, from the hours of 4 p.m. to 8, you know, we do day parties in Atlanta. We're gonna be doing the album. The album is gonna be hosted by America, Sutton, and Source Guard. You dig? And there's a bunch of other things going on and whatnot. We got a writers camp that weekend as well, where we'll be working on Volume 2, and we'll be tapping in with artists and whatnot from around the world. So yeah, be a part of that, y'all.
I'll be there as well.
Yes, sir. Be a part of this greatness,
Get a
man.
twofer.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this momentum going.
Yeah, so let's get into this next track.
Which one was it?
Voltron Force.
All right, there we go. Mr. Manhattan side-eyed me when I went over it. It's like a word. You just gonna act like.
Is it Mr. Manhattan or Voltron Force? Which one you prefer, Blue?
Voltron Force.
Whoa.
I mean, I love them both. It's just the way Mr.
Yeah, I love them
Manhattan
both.
side-eyed me like, yo, son, like.
Nah, I feel you, Mr. Manhattan. You know, that's epic, especially for this platform. Y'all got the final say. I just, you know, Voltron Force is a political statement right now for me. So I just, you know, but
they went crazy for it too. That was an amazing listener party too. Shout out to Brother Rich, Father Rich, for the curation and bringing in generations to give their input. Their input was amazing. You know,
shout out to B-Dell, who will also be in New York and Brooklyn coming up with Blue.
Yeah, me and B-Dell will be in Brooklyn September, the weekend of the 17th, 18th, 19th rundown. Going into that strong end. September, Virgo season.
Oh, September, my bad. Yeah,
Virgo.
Yeah,
Virgo,
shout out to King Simon. We'll be at Brooklyn.
Yeah, Lord Jamar Cambatta and J Electronica.
Yeah,
the weekend.
9/17. Yeah, all of them are around that same time.
Yeah.
Brother Rich, my Wiz, Key's mother and father is born September 17th. And so is Lord Jamar, which they say is our doppelganger. They say that's our triplet. Shout out to Lord Jamar. I still want to make music with Lord
Coach
Jamar
Kendaka as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coach Kendaka over here. You know, the Oracle.
Look, I want to put that on the public record. Fuck with anybody talking about. I still want to make music with Lord Jamar.
Word is Bob.
Yeah, Word is Bob. You're a legend.
Original Man, the song off the 5% album is one of the most important songs in hip hop history. Original Man.
Right.
You understand? For our culture, for what we do, for what we live, for what we suffer for, all of that. Like the album itself as a whole, you understand the short eye references and all of that. But Original Man, I was playing Original Man in Baghdad. You understand what I'm saying? I was playing Islam in Baghdad. You know what I mean? Like, and laying shit down too. You understand what I'm saying? A different level. So yeah, pardon. Let me go back over here to the regularly scheduled program.
I want to do a song with him called Mexican Jordans. Just go crazy. Go bar crazy with it.
Go bar crazy. Voltron Force, let's go.
Voltron Force. Yeah. Voltron Force.
I shifted roles, now I'm dripping gold. Red and blue Kachina, like Krishna's soul. Here to save all of you Christian souls. We went from lifting poles, now we wrapping gifts. Yeah, Christmas bowl. Slugs, we throw them bitches. Drugs, we roll them bitches. Hugs, we know them bitches. Phototypical photo glitches. Factory semis with the auto switches. Bitches from the Puerto Riches. I'm grateful, went from being wasteful. Now my season's living. Yeah, I feed the rhythm. Then I bounce it out with the hedonism. I'm in the spectrum, yeah, I see the prisms. This is food for thought, I can feed a prison. One day I was typing up a white paper. The next day I woke up to some white neighbors. Protected by some Jedi Knights with the lightsabers. I need an army of wizards and warlocks. I need a navy
of whizzes with war stocks. More Glocks than RZA with his tour stops. Get drip so hard, we need floor rocks and floor mops. Facts remix, jaw drops, 44 tops. Drop a jingle, Domingo, life ain't sweet. It's way too much sugar there. If you're playing with your nose, you're a boogerbear. They was losing hope, now they using dope. They was trying to hang, now they using rope. And there won't be no reunions like Zeus Network until I'm back on Mount Olympic. When I'm back on the Zeus Network, till then I got the juice wet work. We told you niggas let's work. Now we shoot the deuce and make your neck jerk. And pass their baby mamas up for sex work. And see who do the best twerk.
Yo, I seen a nigga next work on live TV and live 3D, streamed on every network. He sang an acapella like live CDs. I knew this vibe, GG. We used to vibe weekly. We used to slide discreetly, scrub my wood on his side like Kiki. I put this wood in her eyes, she see me coming from a mile away. A glass of Alizé and powder, yeah. She let me pound away. I found a way to smoke a pound a day and still hang around the way. I made my rounds today. I traded pounds a day against the dollar, maintenance the dollars. Yeah, my picks are solid. Yeah, I'm flipping knowledge. Put kids through college. Yeah, my wrist is polished. How you kicking knowledge, but your lips is polished. Yeah, my dick is brolic. Can you assist the goggle it? Keep my name about your arguments. Don't dishonor it. My armaments, the weapon form against me up in Parliament. I'm honoring. I'm that fond of them. Off with their head like Jonathan the Baptist. You bastards. I respond by bombing it with classics. By classics.
Who's that big black robot man? He could do everything a robot can. Big black gun in his robot hand. It's a robot song and a robot rap. Who's that big black robot man? He's the baddest motherfucker at the robot rap. Who's that big black robot man? He could do everything a robot can. Big black gun in his robot hand. It's a robot song and a robot rap. Who's that big black robot man? He's the baddest motherfucker at the robot rap.
Yeah.
Who's that? Yeah, all my TikTokers. I need that real. I need that big black. I need. You gotta be doing this shit with the TikTok.
Yeah.
I need my TikTokers. Make it creative.
They could clip that song up. That got mad clips in it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go crazy. The niggas with the arsenals go crazy. The big robot guns.
Yeah.
Use your arms, legs, your arms, and your head.
Yeah. Voltron versus Power Rangers. That's where we at in reality right now.
That's
so
it.
they can use the gun.
We got to recruit the Black Power Ranger. You know what I'm saying? That dude look 25. He like 60. He like 65. He still look 25.
He right. He outside. We got
and he break dance and all that. You understand what I'm saying? Still.
But we washing the Power Rangers up. We not. He wouldn't end well. I don't want to put no mud on his legacy.
Yo, there's a movie with him, Michael Jai White, and Timac in the same movie.
What's the name of it?
Crazy.
It's the Paper Line 2. You know they had the Paper Line. They had the Paper Line 1, where they had the fraternity, but it was a martial arts fraternity. You know what I'm saying? So they was running around, but the Greek letters, and they was recruiting folks in, and they had a network where they was getting busy.
Paper Lion. I'm gonna go watch that.
Paper Line.
Yeah.
Paper Line.
I'm gonna check out 1 and 2.
Yeah. I don't know if 2's out yet, but I know that they had that in the works.
Oh, okay, they was in number 1. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. But yeah, y'all. a dope project. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I was going through things in life, and I didn't want to address them publicly because you know what I'm saying. I ain't want the back and forth, so I was just like, let me just artistically create. Let me go into space and put stuff in my music that you know was expressive of the sentiments of whatever I was going through in the moment. I felt like dealing with it artistically is the best outlet. You know.
Understood. And that that takes time because things take a toll. You know what I mean? Like when I first started, y'all know, even from the podcast space, I was fresh out of the war zone, fresh out of the military. So I had one switch for an entire time frame. You know what I mean? My only transition, I was in a crazy place. You understand? And what Do Not Radio afforded me to do off of, KCL, because every Tuesday and Friday, you know what I mean? That was like a lifeline. You understand what I'm saying? It was like a lifeline, so, for years. So when the decision was made, I learned how to actually speak again. You understand? Not just command voice type situation, because you're in the military environment, you got a command voice. You're not articulate. You're busy putting out fires and solving problems and anticipating problems as they come, and then eliminating those problems as well. So you're not really in an optimal state of being or thinking at all. You only plotting. You understand? You on the hunt. You understand what I'm saying? So coming out of that environment and transitioning out of that environment is coming back into a space of myself. You understand what I'm saying? To be like Shorty said in The Woman King, this time I won't be the hunted. You understand what I'm saying? She said, this time I won't be the prey, I'll be the predator. I'll be the hunter. You understand what I'm saying? So going after things in a way, and y'all ushered me in and welcomed me in and gave me some tasks and goals to actually kind of make things happen too. So between y'all and Black Dot, it was definitely something that, a task that I took on. Here, 11 years later, over 4,000 episodes and still building. You know what I mean? 10 days away from the knowledge verse. So, still working.
God body. Let them know the website where they could get the album. I got some people hitting me up asking me.
Yeah, let me show it real quick. Go right to it. Chemistry.com, right?
Yeah. I think it's
spelled with a K, right?
With a K.
The chemistry, yeah.
I, you know what I'm saying? I work here. You know what I mean? I work here. I got you. Boom. Website right here.
Boom. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Step into the age of the Voltron. You know what I mean? Get it. Get the bundle.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Get that pack moving. You understand? Yo, the 44. Yo, the 44, the Knicks jersey set, I'm telling you. Xavier McDaniels type of energy right there. You know what I mean? I love it, yo. I'm telling you. Every time I get with y'all taking things to a new level. You understand what I'm saying? I've been to the spot. I see where the people are learning at. I've been to the spot where on the Monday, you know what I mean? On the humbug, popped up on the Monday. Me and Crumb, you understand what I'm saying? Popped up like, boom, we got a gathering here where we got the marketplace and consciousness, reinvigorate. You know what I mean? We got the Killah Day out there. Like, it's so many levels and layers to the offerings. You understand what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate every opportunity to celebrate the cloth talk. 'Cause y'all gave the cloth talk right before the jab talk. You know what I'm saying? In 2020 on Do Knowledge Radio. You know what I'm saying? I gave the 2020 Vision Cloth talk, and then the music
and I know
running around trying to get the cure. Right.
Yeah, I
The
know it
music is
saved
real.
lives, right?
Word up.
So salute to that. And thank you for the opportunity, to be of service.
Always. Always. So I know y'all gotta go, so final remarks, whatever y'all wanna leave with the people, and a call to action for this masterful offering that's saving consciousness. You understand what I'm saying? Because they black mirroring folks' consciousness and, got them in to get out. Got them in to get out. We need them to get in.
Got them in to get out. You know what I mean? Again, like we said, music is a time capsule. So even if I got Alzheimer, even if I lose my memory, and Lord forbid, I fall off the back of a wagon, you still got the sonics that are crystallizing consciousness in real time that are always there as a repository for you to go into. Like Superman could go to the crystal cave. That's what I see disc as. That's what I see CDs and cassettes, because I'm still vinyl. I still love the physical ephemeris. I'm not into the stuff that don't exist nowhere in the digital stream. Something happened to the internet and that's a wrap. The internet is not a real thing. You know what I mean? So there's no giving if it'll be here forever. We utilizing it while it's here. It's a ship, but that ship might take off one day. So I advocate having physical copies. I know what went into making this project, so it's worth somebody's collection. And it's a timeless piece of history. It, to me, exists in 3 different genres of music simultaneously. So it's one of them ones. And it's quality. It's an offering that fully gives what the world allegedly says that they're looking for right now. Regardless of what my ID says, what year I was born, that has no bearing on our ability to deliver at the highest of levels on this project and sound timeless. So. And that's not to mean that no one is scared of quote unquote age, but let's remove the veneer off of the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Adult contemporary rap is a thing as well.
Right.
Again, when you tell us that there's an age appropriate for people to stop expressing themselves, that's when people would have to tuck their art form. But as long as the genre of quote unquote rap music exists, or as long as music exists, period, as an expression, as long as you got a song in you, my nigga, do anything by any means to get it out of your vessel before you give up the ghost. Fuck what anybody say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Express yourself. That is your oath to yourself. That's you paying homage to yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's you emptying your vessel to make room for whatever else is want to get up in there. Pause. Because you sitting on some shit that you probably been sitting on forever, and you clogging yourself up. You are in your way. You're holding back your blessings. Share that shit. Not spend that shit. Share that shit. Get that shit away. How about that? But cop this album. And I love you, brother. Thank you for the opportunity to be heard and seen and this most vital of times. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here. I want to say thank you for the invite. Shout out to Killah Priest. Shout out to Ty Phoenix. Cambatta says shout out to everybody. He is he's in transit right now, headed back to New York. But he sends his love, he sends his respect, his adoration for this platform. We look forward to coming back and doing some more things, following up. I'm just glad that we got the signal out there, got the word out there. The people were able to hear some of that sound power frequency. If y'all like what y'all heard, definitely support the project, you know what I mean? And yeah, we got more to come. We're not limited. You know what I mean? There's so much more to come. And yeah, we're gonna close out 2026 with a bang, with projects, with music, with performances, with visuals, with merch, all that. You know what I mean? Shout out to the guy A.A. Rashid. I had a great conversation with him. Shout out to Black Dot, who just copped the album as well. You know what I'm talking about? So man, we just here, man. You know what I mean? Doing what we gotta do.
And just real quick, somebody, Just B. Somebody, huh?
Shout out to Just B. Shout out to Songbird.
Shout out to Just B. Shout out to Songbird. Shout out to E-Base. I do want to reiterate that we were reminded in the chat that last time we was in the building, Killah Priest said that, you know, we was like, yo, we need to get one in with the guard. We need to get in the stew. I remember there was this whole conversation between we were supposed to have with the sound guy. What was his name? Dan?
AD? Yeah.
AD, right. My bad, brother. Yeah, and it didn't materialize. So the lights is on in the apartment for that still. We still got the lights on for that. So that would be monumental. You got the greatest
opportunity in the world. I'm going to tell you, Leo season with Jupiter and Leo and Jupiter and Yatim.
Yeah.
Tell you.
Run
you
to it.
Know.
Yeah, we're going for that Killah Priest.
You already know.
We're going for that look. So let's line that thing out. We'll be back here. You know, Van Glorious playing y'all an anthem.
Word.
You know, it's time. It's time.
Can we close it out on the on that Dr. Manhattan?
Oh yeah.
That'd be
go
proper.
out.
Yeah, that'd be the right way to send us off. Get us up out of here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so that way he could stop side-eyeing me. He side-eyed me like 4 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm here with the law of 44. Yeah. He's like, I ain't gonna look at you no more. He's like, boom.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta let that ring.
Let that Rensington. You know?
Your city is back.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
That joint crazy.
Stupid. Shout out to the KTL crowd.
Shout out to the KTLians. Yo, September 11th, we're going back to the mountain. September 12th, we got a block party. Welcome to Atlantis. September 13th, album listening.
Yeah. All in Atlanta, West End. Shut up. Make sure y'all pull up to that.
All in the West End of Atlanta.
I'm the generator and the operator and the architect. I'm the landlord, you a month later, your apartment rent. The crypt keep, I'm the grim reaper and you all in debt. Yes, you gotta pay me if you like life or the cost of death. When you get around me, you better bow down, show the law respect. I'll take a crown off a king's head, then take a king's head off his neck. I invented the devil and made him the scapegoat, doing all this mess. When them sinners be praying to me, I be laughing at them when they all confess. I ain't diddy back diddling. Did a sinner, then a sinner gets indigenous, aboriginal and riddling. Pick up a pen and then I started scribbling. Get a new algorithm, I'm a rhythm. I put the simulation that we live in. After the cataclysm, we begin again. As the world burns, I'll be giggling.
They call me Mr. Manhattan. The city is really a big prison man's trapped in. Yeah, I'm really Mr. Manhattan. With a snap of a finger, a whole city can flatten. Yeah, the black Mr. Manhattan. I'm the hero, the villain, and I'm the illest man rapping. I'm the god they call Mr. Manhattan, and I'm proof the cataclysm can happen.
I've arisen out the cataclysm. Some total of some bad decisions. Running solo, I don't ask permission. Multimodal from Chernobyl, rockin' polo on my photos. Yeah, the swag was dripping. I was stabbing vixens. Then I brag I hit him. Yeah, they mad I dissed them. but I'm glad I flipped them. Should've road to riches was a path to prison, especially if you cooking, cracking kitchens. Yeah, the math division, I wanna add to living. The off-ramp pause cramps, A Charlie horse, my posse fought for bragging rights. Destruction was an appetite, suffering was a sacrifice. The hustling became a path to ice. They promise these suckers is a half a slice in the afterlife. I want my cake and eat it too, from green to blue. The cream is glue, packs of mice stuck in sticky traps. Flash the pipe, stuck a cat like, give me that. From truck jewels over crushed linen, and crushed group and top billing. Had the spot sizzling, fast forward, they asked for it. Then I'm drop shipping, clasping the 9. At your door before Amazon Prime. We the last about kind, how you rap but don't rhyme. I'm a spaz about mine, you the last that's online. Why you yapping online, and you lacking the spine? You wouldn't last 40 seconds on 42nd. I made off on Trey 4th, I drew spit on 2/5. I missed the Manhattan on this blue shit. I missed the Manhattan on this blue shit.
Hey, they call me Mr. Manhattan. The city is really a big prison man's trapped in. Yeah, I'm really Mr. Manhattan. With a snap of a finger, a whole city can flatten. Yo, the black Mr. Manhattan. I'm the hero, the villain, and I'm the illest man rapping. I'm the god they call Mr. Manhattan, and I'm proof the cataclysm can happen.
2026, Space Odyssey, headed home on a 3-eye Atlas, blasting at ease versus Base Odyssey. Honestly, we had to face oddities. My metro was booming, my future was doomed in. The Drake shot at me, and it graced arteries. The creator, the genesis and internets. What an odd future, had to brace modesty. What if God was in the garden, would he taste goddess? One night, midnight, summer's eve. Yeah, with the birds and the bumblebees. In the race to be the face that the goddess see. The return of the AI masters. Live from the hair.
Knowledge. The plane. You.
Of course, I had to leave a stickies. Black forces and live from the hereafter. Baby cries when it's born. When a man dies, we hear laughter. Joe Rogan and his fear factor. Yeah, homie on them pills in them Hollywood hills. Eating drugs with these top tier actors. The realest nigga in Nebraska, you bastards. Yeah, we mastered the word like a Harlem pastor. Like actors, broadcasters and forecasters. Knowledge reigns supreme like the blast master. Black hippies, black lit bastards. Wooden stocks on the black blickies. Black forces and black dickies. Throw your guns in the air and rap sticky. They act picky. When it racks bricky, they shoot their shot like they clap Ricky. They go to Pound Town, Gag City, act Nicky, attach hickeys, damn pickies. Transformed in front of us like Sam Wiki. Man, it's plain the thought. It's really a train of thought. Longer than the tunnels where them trains is caught. Underground reptilians, them brains are sought. Yeah, running labels like them stables with them train they horse. Of course, I had to leave a stain, of course.
I am tired of Earth.
Blue, blue, blue.
honor to the twin pillars and Bata. You understand what I'm saying? Bata. Appreciate y'all. We about to close out, so honest for your time. Love to the fam.
Sir, peace, love, and light. Stay dangerous.
Yeah. In the words of AA, you a legend. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, audience. And shout out to everyone else involved. Peace, God.
Peace.
So we out of here, y'all. Be back next week with the one and only Miss Blue. The Soulful Oracle will be back in the building, and she got a special message for the fam. Shout out to Red, shout out to Blue, shout out to Bata, shout out to the fam, shout out to Ty Phoenix and the Iron Soft of hip hop, the one and only Killah Priest, and Nero the Fourth Fuji in the studio cooking right now. Otherwise, she would have been in the building. This is, history in the making. Make sure y'all go to Jody Southworth's channel and subscribe, okay? Giving us that esoteric news that we can use every week, alright? So Miss Blue will be next week, and the following week we'll do the part 2 to the Royal Priesthood Saga Tales, all the way up to Celestial Mic. So let's be celestial and impeccable with your mic. Alright? Peace.
I'm the GOAT. You crazy, gang, I'm the GOAT. Nah, son, he's the GOAT.
I want this dealt with. I don't care if you have to call the lunar base beyond the ice wall. These monsters just kicked in the wrong door.
Alright, what the hell is going on? I don't know, but it must be important. Not as important as the sandwich I was about to eat.
All right, everyone, listen up. We got some nasty goat-headed creatures trying to take over, and we ain't gonna let that slide. If you're scared, leave now. Let's go!
Let's move it! Let's go! Stay focused. Double time, move! Almost there. Get ready!
Me nah fear no goat. Put the goat pon me belly. Ha ha!
Hold on, I need to speak with you briefly.
Hey, now I was born. What's the science, Betty?
Let me introduce you to your new co-pilot, Killah.
Priest. Killah Priest. What are you doing all the way out here on the moon?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Moonwalking, of course.
Ha 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 ha.
You should have seen your face, priest.
Haha, very funny. Why you call your monkey Bubbles anyway?
I'm the king of pop, silly. Okay, seriously though. Are you sure you know what you're doing, priest?
Of course, I wrote the basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Wait, there's something missing. Oh, I know. We can't fly without music.
I got you. Play Celestial Mike.
Radically different celestial orders separate the present age from the former. The primordial moving waters to moon quarters. From the sun's birth, light works cover the earth's four corners. Eyes behold the great God in his circular abode. In the center was the tree of life, Merkaba codes. Outside of that, exceeding lights from 12 UFOs. Maccabees, Israelites, Persia untold. The worshippers of gold, stone, diamonds from coal. I've seen it all alone, writing in scrolls while I'm in the zone. Tenfold, tempos, symbols. You think they're ready for another heavy mental, the insult. My body was vacuumed, engulfed into the black goo. Pentecost, time began to warp. I've been caught up into this cloud of spinning force. My inner thoughts was intercourse, aroused from alien women bought. They bowed, then stood, then pulled their linen off. Shoes were hooves, head of a chicken, a pigeon, a griffin, and hawk. My vision got lost. She held the 4 birds while sitting on a horse. One of the birds was fiction, of course. 2 was for digging, Abraxas religion, and picking a corpse. Like gases passing into the inner world, becoming an entity of energy. I know it's in the oyster, but what makes a pearl? Coalescing with the elemental. Man, woman, boy, and girl. Hair bushy, wavy, straight or curl. Essential. I'm in the spheres as we twirl. A creature of the mind's beginning. Creation. Pre-wedding. Ovulating. Observation. So exile, I'm on the canal, on the right route course. They said the Nile flows from the south to north, from its orients to upstream. The sky's my audience, picking up ornaments to rough kings, wiping off the plush buster queens. When you redeem, you haunt horror and terror screams. Seraphims, eyes all over their wings. I write things. I am great because I know that I'm not. I just find my space astronaut. Real MCing is rooted in strength. It's pruned with gifts. Doom was it. The rest of y'all lunatics. Circus level when you work with the devil. I deal with planets that pick up dirt with the shovel. Autumn trees, turmeric oil, oregano, mustard seeds. Atom to atoms create me.
There'll be no darkness tonight.
Can't dim my light, can't take my life. My path is chosen. I sacrificed, I paid the price. I won't be broken. I am royalty. It's my destiny. You know my time is now. They can't take my crown.
Direct intel, ancestral symbology spread across the diaspora. It's coded in my honesty. Intuitive connection, strengthen tribes' camaraderie. Parallel universe, that's another side of me. Guided by dreams and wisdom, build my economy. In silent meditation, that's how spirit respond to me. Play your part, the plays in your natal chart. Not trusting your blueprint is where betrayal start. Ignoring warnings, pivotal insight. How you a descendant of Moabites, Hittites. Nothing rhetorical. I'm tapped in, my sister's an oracle. Future seen through the the orbital. Through lessons informing you, honor my blood and features. Akashic reveal my deepest secrets. Creative crown lobes from the ethers. In real time I'm living it. Me and Tree on the mounds of Mount Gilead. Team spirit, magical affiliates.
The lost scriptures from the Hudson River. Stories of 40s, blunts and liquor. Written by shorties, bloods and killers. Hands through bars, identify mugs from mirrors. He's from Flatbush, cuz is fearless. He in the black book, drugs and realness. But in a cell block by himself on a cot. They time held by the clock, water pail in the mop. On sorted mail for the stop, in jail till they rot. Most of their elders was Griselda. Cocaine kingpins, gold chains gleaming. Dope ring of demons. Now we upload King Tut Gold. We need answers. We transfer crown loads. Major priest to ground patrol. NASA case of Brax's face around poles. Lead by example. Priest is the ample. No priest is the handle. As I light each of the candles, I feel brand new.
Can't take my life, my path is chosen. I sacrificed, I paid the price, I won't be broken. I am royalty, it's my destiny. You know my time is now. They can't take my
music chairs, Game of Thrones, souvenirs with angel bones. Have you connected to the source, a major brand of phone? Climb till I reach the highest plane and I made it home. Connect the whole universe at once, yet remain alone. Got my angels and my ancestors on a conference call. Shooting Aztecs to the gods that said I dropped the ball. My first step, flagging the earth while I still watch them crawl. Immortalize the human anatomy at the Taj Mahal. I struck lightning when it hit me, I ain't shot at all. You're knocking, I just blew it, it's impossible, I knew it. We all AI, I guess Allah prompted me to do it. Who made mythic creatures into continents and drew the map? My Venus spoke to Gemini. Before it was a Google app. The mic levitates when I talk without holding it. By accident, I'm still on point without knowing it. And I ain't right to think of this verse, I ground loaded it.
We crown holders and ground soldiers, the finest diamonds. They doing manifestation, we do divine alignment. This ain't no occupation, it's a higher soul assignment. Sacred, irreplaceable information, rewind it. I don't relate to these fraud dudes and clown hoes. 520 hertz is the frequency that my sound holds. Every written down flow, feeling like I found gold. Channeling profound codes, turn them into crown loads. They try silencing the chosen ones, it never works. Lessons heavy like collections at the mega church. We manifest a heaven just to build a better earth. And when you hear that word crown loads, you know who said it first. Lyrically mystical, healing you, medicinal. And on this mic, these rappers saying nothing you should listen to. Life is cyclical, like the spin on an elliptical. This priest mix is fire, but run back the original.
Can't take my life, can't take my life, my path is chosen.